Okay. Let's see if it's picking it up. Alright, it says live, but I can't see. Okay, there we go. Cool. So add certain money, as blah blah blah. I didn't even know you could just manually insert the ads. It's crazy. I have not streamed on YouTube since I've been monetized. Let's get the music going. Oop. Looks like my headphones aren't fully plugged in. Maybe they are. It's just really weird stereo issues. Interesting. Jeez. Oh, there we go. No clue what's going on there, but let me just let Twitter know. Actually, one sec. I'll just go to the channel. Alright, there we go. Okay. Why does the live streaming page for YouTube just keep, like, bugging out on me? Of course, it says it's not available right now. I don't know how. But why is it on the wrong channel? Weird. No wonder there's an issue. Go live. Right now. Streaming software. This is weird. Okay, there we go. Alright. I think I have everything set up properly. Again, I have not done anything involving YouTube streaming in a million years. Hey, how's it going, everybody in chat? I am doing fine, thank you for asking. I'm just very confused right now. Let me know if my microphone audio and the music are fine. I don't know if the music's too quiet or if my microphone's too loud. Actually, I'm going to turn my microphone down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm chilling. Just take a sip of my PewDiePie G Fuel here. It's like the only good flavor packet. You don't hear any music? Let me turn up the desktop audio then. Should absolutely be some music then. Alright, cool. Alright, so should I wait until a couple more people come in, or should I just go ahead and get started with everything like right now? Let me check on Twitter real quick, make sure everyone's chilling over there. My headphones are acting up a little bit. Alright, cool. My phone gave me a notification saying I was live for my alternate channel, so... Oop, shit, one sec. Just realized it was echoing on my my browser, sorry about that. How's it going, Damikos? Or however you pronounce that, sorry, I'm like terrible when it comes to other people's usernames. So yeah, if you couldn't tell by the title, we are looking at what cards can come off the Forbidden and Limited list today. So that includes the banned cards, the limited cards, and the semi-limited cards. I don't think I need OBS open, actually. I think OBS is fine right now. I'll just have stream open so that I can check out chat. Really? Well, I'm good to hear that. I usually butcher everyone's names. Everyone has some, like, pretty weird names nowadays on the internet. To be fair, I butcher my own name. It's really hard to say Aurora sometimes. Not to mention, almost nobody seems to know how to spell it, so... Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and start the stream around 6:50, so that's like a minute and a half from now. We're gonna start the proper bit of the stream, sorry, I should say. And also, as a heads up, if you do enjoy the music, if the music can be heard very well, if you do enjoy the music, this is Zelda and Chill and Zelda and Chill 2 by Game Chops. I use these frequently in a lot of my videos, so be sure to check that out if you do enjoy it. I don't know, I feel like Brave 1_007 is kind of difficult to pronounce. But yeah, I use Zelda and Chill in a lot of my videos, so be sure to check out Game Chops. Actually, I'm going to link in the description right now, because I didn't realize I'd actually have both videos, or both songs in one video. Boom, there should now be a link directly to the Zelda and Chill 2 video when they're together. So that should be really good. So yeah, if you do like it, be sure to check them out, support the original creators. It is awesome that they've made such a good lo-fi soundtrack that it's actually completely free to use, as long as you give credit. So I cannot thank them enough. Alright, this G feels in such an awkward spot. I have like a boom arm over here, then I have a boom arm over here, and both are like getting in my way. Let me just move. I have like an assortment of deck boxes everywhere. Delicious. And by delicious, I mean overwhelmingly mid. Alright, it is 6:50. Let's go ahead and get into the actual meat and potatoes of the stream. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be going over every single card in the Forbidden, Limited, and Semi-Limited section to see if they can come free from the list in any sort of way, be it from like 0 to 3, 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, or 2 to 3. And then some of them, obviously, we can like skip over because they're just blatantly, unplayably bannable, I should say. But let's go ahead and start off beginning with Arch Nemesis Protoss. So for those of you that don't know, Arch Nemesis Protoss is a card from the Nemesis archetype, and it basically revolves around completely blocking off a certain attribute from the field. It says it cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 monsters with different attributes from your graveyard and or face-up field. Cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you can declare a monster attribute on the field, destroy all monsters on the field with that attribute. Also, until the end of the next turn, neither player can special summon monsters with that attribute, and you can only use this effect of Protoss once per turn. So this is, it was banned due to Sword Soul because it was probably the only actually toxic part about Sword Soul. Back in the Prime, it was banned in February of last year, so almost a year ago now, actually, on the same list that we lost Samorg and Recital Starling and everything like that, the Bird Up Massacre list. So, what do we think about Arch Nemesis Protoss? Oh yeah, it'll definitely take a good while. So do we think Arch Nemesis Protoss can come off the list, and if so, to how many copies? Personally, I think no. I think it should stay there. I'm glad to hear that. Bird Up's like super fun, and I'm actually building it in Master Duel now myself, finally. I still have like 6 URs to go, though. It's really annoying. Sword Soul's still at full power, so Protoss stays banned. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's pretty reasonable there. Because while Sword Soul in general isn't like the most broken deck, Sword Soul and then other decks that could abuse Protoss are just really nasty. Yeah, Protoss, no. Yeah. I figured as much. I don't think this is one we need to linger on for too long. So let's go ahead and skip right on to Blackwing, go for the Vague Shadow. Bird Up is the only deck I've had trouble learning for some reason, but I really want to play it. I see you might not have seen my 2-hour in-depth Bird Up breakdown deck profile and combo tutorial. No, you probably have watched it, not gonna lie. But, like, I'm gonna probably plug that throughout this entire video. Like, that's probably my magnum opus on the channel. I've worked really hard on it, so please watch my 2-hour Bird Up breakdown. But let's go ahead and get on to the next one. By the way, if you notice me, like, pausing for some reason, like, out of nowhere, it's because I'm used to recording, and I'm used to, like, being able to cut out pauses, so it might be a bit awkward. I'm not the best when it comes to actual streaming, unless it's, like, a video game. But next is Blackwing Gofu the Vague Shadow. I think Gofu is kind of a unanimous no. Like, I feel like we can all agree Gofu is a no. This card's, like, so stupid. If you don't know, it was banned, like, immediately upon links being a thing. You special itself and 2 Vague Shadow tokens from your hand while you have no monsters for literally free. Like, this card is just so dumb. Can we all agree, unanimous, Gofu stays at 0? Gofu to 1? Nah, bro, you tripping. Gofu is, like, so stupid. Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, I agree. So, here's where things actually get interesting. Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. So, I know some people still, for some reason, have PTSD over the Dragon Rulers, or by Dragon Link. One sec. But personally, I feel like every single Dragon Ruler could come to 1 with completely, like, no issue. So, Blaster specifically says if it's in your hand or grave, you can banish 2 fire and or dragons from your hand or grave, except this card to special it. During your opponent's end phase, if it was special summoned, you return it to the hand. You can discard this card and a fire monster to the graveyard to target a card in the field and destroy it. And if it's banished, you can add a fire dragon from your deck to your hand, and you can only use 1 effect of this card per turn, and only once that turn. Yeah, see, if you change Gofu like that, though, it's like, I think it's the complete opposite. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, the tokens can't be tributed or used as synchro material, so, like, that would actually just be completely flipping the effect. Not to mention, synchro's kind of busted right now. Yeah, like, so, the thing is about the Dragon Rulers, maybe if they weren't, like, 1 effect per turn only once that turn cards, they'd probably be, like, a bit more unfair, but, like, nowadays, they're just very clunky. Like, I think literally every single Dragon Ruler could come to 1. Because, like, some people are like, oh, Dragon Link will find a way to abuse them, but, like... Oh, okay, I was actually going to do, like, a funny zoom in, but I don't know how well that would translate with my OBS recording, so... I was going to do a funny zoom in, but it's like... Tell me what good fire dragons Dragon Link is running to warrant this card being played. Because, like, Tempest can search, what was it that it searched? I forgot exactly what it was. Monster... Wind... Dragon... There was something really strong that Tempest could search in Dragon Link, and, like, they still just didn't play it. I don't remember what it is. Maybe it was, like, I mean, the Crusadia Draco wasn't even broken, but they could definitely search that. I don't remember, okay? But there was definitely something that Tempest could search specifically that was a wind, even though it can already add a dragon, I'm pretty sure. But... Like, literally all the Dragon Rulers are perfectly fine. If Tempest is at 1, Blaster probably should be 2. Yeah, honestly, I feel like Tempest is arguably more broken than Blaster because it's a search, but, like, I mean, honestly, Blaster being a targeting pop that requires you to use fires is just bleh. So, next up, Block Dragon. Do we unlock the block? I want to go ahead and read this one out. Some of you didn't play... during Adamantipator format because of the P word, but it cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from hand or grave by banishing 3 earth monsters from your hand and or graveyard, not once per turn by the way, and it is inherent summon. Rock monsters you control cannot be destroyed except by battle. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add up to 3 rock monsters from your deck to your hand whose total levels equal 8. We don't unblock Block Ruler. Do not unblock Dragon Ruler of Legos. Oh, man. Come on, y'all. Surely you've seen my video on Adamantipator with a single block dragon being absolutely busted. I forgot about that video. That video is so funny. And I made it out of, like, spite, too. I was being really petty because someone in my comments said Adamantipator with block dragon would be terrible. I made an entire video to prove them wrong. Search 3 is never okay. What, you mean you don't want people to search the entire tuner part of the Adamantipator archetype in one card? As well as having a non-once per turn inherent summon that can summon itself back from hand or grave. Unlock the block just got defeated by Block Dragon and Master Duel. Alright, so I feel like the jurisdiction is that Block Dragon is not allowed to be unblocked. Next up is Dandelion. I feel like even with a hard ones per turn errata, Dandelion shouldn't come back. So basically Dandelion says if it's sent to the graveyard from literally anywhere, special 2 fluff tokens in defense, and they can't be tributed during the turn they're special summoned, or tributed for a tribute summon specifically. Even with a hard ones per turn, this card's kind of stupid, and especially given that Plant Link is a thing, like, no Dandelion. Yeah, like, there's so many cards that make, like, they weren't once per turn, or even if they were once per turn, they just made tokens, and they were completely stupid for links. Dandelion was one of them, so I feel like Dandelion should never come back. Djinn, Releaser of Rituals. So, I think... God, who made the tournament? It was MBT, right? MBT does the no ban list tournaments, right? Or, like, a bunch of stuff is freed? Yeah. Like, he frees over, like, half the list to see if it's, fine or not. And I don't know if y'all knew, but Drytron, with a small Necros package and Djinn, Releaser of Rituals, was, like, one of the most stupid decks in the entirety of the tournament. I think twice, actually, for 2 different tournaments. And, like, I think he even said that he didn't want to unban Djinn, but he had to hit a certain quota for unbanned cards, so... This card is kind of dumb. We don't like cards that say your opponent cannot special summon. Oh, we have 30 cards that mention Djinn? That's crazy. Also, I'm just going off on a limb and assuming that you all know what Djinn, Releaser of Rituals does, by the way. Yeah, honestly, like, so I don't mind Ritual getting better in general, even though Drytron is kind of, like, broken the mechanic. I feel like Rituals being better is good. I'm also really excited for the new Ritual archetype coming out in Wild Survivors. I can't wait to cover that on the channel. But, like, when it comes to Djinn, Releaser of Rituals, I think we can all unanimously agree no. Djinn Releaser makes Necros meta again. You know, it's not even Necros, though. It's like, you can just make a full regular Drytron deck, and then slap a small Necros engine of, like, I think it's, like, Unicore, Colossalos, Kaleidoscope, and the Djinn. And, like, you can just do full Drytron combo and lock your opponent out of special summoning and out of their extra deck monsters because of Unicore. It's so stupid. My friend is asking me to play Bloons TD6 right now. Megalith could play it too, right? Yeah, Megalith could easily use this. Even though you could probably just splash the Megalith into a Drytron build because Megalith Drytron is a thing. Can't Drytron also just make Beatrice for easy access to do Djinn? Yeah, so it's even easier. Like, you could literally... So, you have to do, like, the small Necros package because, the Meteonis requires you to use machines and everything like that, and so you use the very small Necros package. So maybe it's not Kaleidoscope, maybe it's like Mirror or something, but you use the very small package of the Necros stuff to access the Djinn to like regularly ritual summon, but you can easily dump it with Beatrice, yeah. Yeah, so Ritual isn't even, like, bad right now. Like, Ritual's not, like... There's nothing really holding it back. Like, Drytron just kind of sucks right now because of Bystials. Yeah, we actually just mentioned, Isaiah, that we can literally unban all the Dragon Rulers just fine. Free Redox. Yeah, so Redox was, like... So Redox was the only one I was iffy on for the longest time, but think about it. What decks are going to abuse Redox and be broken with it? And it don't say Earth Machine, or, like, I'm banning you from chat right now. Like, genuinely, Redox is such a fine card. Let me actually close Discord real quick. Ooh, actually, yeah, I actually forgot. Redox is an honorary Vernisylph card, but, like, at that point, it's literally just the same as the green one. Like, the, I like to call it the Twink one. Which one is it? It's the Awakening Forest. Yeah, I call it the Twink with the bear. Like, Redox is literally just that. Spellbook of Judgment. We'll get to that later. We're currently still in the ban section right now. No, like, on God, Blaster, like, discarding 2 just to targeting pop something specifically is just so bad. Especially because you can't, like, it's not like you can discard it and then special it back from your grave. It's literally 1 effect per turn. It has 3 different effects. But I think now we can move on from Jhin, though. What do we think about Eclipse Wyvern? So, I know Eclipse Wyvern is probably a little bit more obscure to some people, but it says if it's sent to the graveyard from anywhere, banish a level 7 or higher light or dark from your dragon-type monster from your deck, and if it's banished from your grave, you can add the monster banished by this effect to your hand. So basically, it was just being dumped off like Dragon Ravine by Dragon Link, and then you'd like banish it with one of your million ways to do so, and then adding back the monster for free. So like basically ended up just being a free Rhoda for anything. I'm pretty sure we can agree, especially because this isn't a hard ones per turn. I think we can all agree no Eclipse Wyvern. Like, I'm thinking Eclipse Wyvern is a big no-no. Yeah, like, Eclipse Wyvern is just kind of stupid. It got banned, I think, from, like, Thunder Dragon Link, and, like, even without things like LP, like, this card is just dumb. I feel like we shouldn't bring back, like, anything that could help Dragon Link, especially because, like, I did mention the Dragon Rulers don't really help Dragon Link, so, like, anything else, I don't feel like we should give dragons more toys. Nah, I feel like Dragon Link's honestly perfectly fine right now. Like, tier isn't the issue for Dragon Link, it's the Bystials, and which is funny because the Bystials help them more than most decks. Yeah, it was a Chaos Thunder Dragon Link. God, that deck was so dumb now that I think about it. It literally only lasted for like 1 YCS, didn't it? Yeah, no Eclipse Wyvern. Okay, glad we could all agree there. Eva? No. No Eva. Eva at 1 was like a stupid hit, and literally Drytron was stupid broken until we got Eva banned. I feel like Eva is like the one thing for Drytron that could never come back other than Jhin, obviously. Because like, we don't like having Herald of Ultimateness at like a million materials, or even Perfection. Like, honestly, so Ultimateness is a stronger card, but the Perfection package is a lot stronger because you can play Pre-Preparation of Rites to add Dawn of the Herald, because Dawn of the Herald says when Herald of Perfection is ritual summoned by this card's effect, you can banish it from grave to target one of the monsters that was tributed for that summon and return it to your hand. Keep in mind, Perfection is a level 6, so basically you would go Dawn of the Herald, tributing Ben 10, triggering Ben 10, and then using Dawn of the Herald to banish the Ben 10, or not banish the Ben 10, banish this to add the Ben 10 back. So you would literally just get back the material and get the search off the Ben 10 and still have that thing in hand for the Perfection negate. Yeah, okay, cool. We all agree no Eva. Snow? No. No Snow. I hate this card. They should never have brought it back in the first place. It's probably one of like my least favorite cards in the entire game. Absolutely no Snow. Not even debatable right now. No Snow. We're not even going to debate it, chat. So the next one's actually interesting, though. So next up, we have Fibre Jar. So this is a card that I don't think is going to be broken in the meta. However, it's a card that I think is so unfun and annoying that it just shouldn't come back. Basically, Fibre Jar says it's a flip effect. Each player shuffles all cards from their hand, field, and grave into the deck, and then draws 5 cards. So basically, other than banish cards, it just hard resets the game. Yeah. Game 7 and Game 1. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's not broken, but it's one of those things. It's like Victory Dragon, right? Where, like, bringing it back would just be more annoying than anything. Like, the amount of people who would rather just not have it kind of trumps the amount of people that would actually want to use it. Yeah. Especially because we actually have a lot more flip support than I'd like to admit. Like, the new Prediction Princess stuff, while it's not the greatest, is very annoying for cards like this. Yeah, hilarious, Mario Pro. I'm just kidding. Mist can come to 3. So, coming from a Dino player, Mist can come to 3, and I would love it to come to 3, but he wants it specifically for Scareclaw Dinosaur, and so, like, no. Crawler WinCon real. Yeah, see, I agree. Mist get 2, while I prefer Mist to be at 3, Mist get 2 would just be enough because the entire problem with Dinosaur not having Mist get more than 1 copy isn't for the protection, it's for the follow-up. Because if you don't have the second Mist, you can't really access it during your combo for follow-up unless you do like a super jank play. Like, I was one of the people using Bajinki Amaterasu because I got an ulti, and so like I really wanted to use it. And I preferred it more than the Keystone. And so, like, it's better to just have the second one for follow-up than it is for the actual protection, because you can just summon it during your combo. Reset type effects need to be very difficult to activate, like Rainbow Neos. Okay. To be fair, I don't have EDO being shown right now, but to be fair, Neos Fusion's a card. That's like a 1-card Rainbow Neos, to be fair. Fibre draws a broken card, but it'll make games longer. Yeah. It's honestly just one of those, like, boring, unfun cards. When did they give them more cards? What are you talking about? One sec, let me look at my Twitter real quick. I have a lot of people telling me some budget decks because I have a new video coming up. I'm making a script for it right now. Anyways, though, past Fibre Jar. Okay. Okay. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out. We errata the Fishboard Blaster to make it a hard once per turn. Cody, best deck, Fishboard to 3, let's go. Okay, so I promise you, I promise it's not the inner Atlantean Mermail player in me begging for Fishboard Blaster to come back because I'm tired of not being able to play hand traps due to launcher. But we errata the Blaster to make it a hard once per turn, and it's not broken anymore. It can come to 3 easy. Easy. Yeah, see, no Hulk. Like, without Hulk, Blaster is just so incredibly mid. If you make it a hard once per turn, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Like, the problem is it not having a hard once per turn effect. Like, honestly, Blaster would just make the, like, Mermail decks or, like, any other water deck, especially Goaty, like, significantly better without being, like, completely broken, because you do have to discard a card, and, like, it relies on you also controlling a face-up level 3 or lower. So, while that's not the hardest to set up for those decks, it's not, like, I don't know. I feel like a hard once per turn errata on Blaster without Hulk being a thing, even with Hulk being a thing, I feel like it's just a perfectly fine extender. Yeah, because, like, let's be real. What deck is going to Quasar spam reliably and still win a game in 2023 with an errata to hard once per turn Blaster? Haha, I pronounced Goody wrong. I'm sorry. Fish. I'm glad we can agree that Fishboard Blaster as a hard once per turn is actually fine. Might be decent in Ice Jades. Yeah, you're honestly not wrong, especially because now they have, like, the Synchro themselves and they have more Synchro access. Dude, have y'all seen the new Ice Shade card? I know I did cover it, but, like, I know some people haven't seen it. Like, the new Ice Shade card is so awesome for water decks. I'm so excited for it for Mermail. Like, honestly, I kind of want to cook up some combos now. Maybe I'll do that later. But, like, literally, it's a free Link 2 or level 10 Synchro, but it's also a free level 7 Extender. It's so good. I love that card a lot. I'm so glad that at least, even though they banned Ronin and Hulk, they're still giving Mermail something. But thank you all for agreeing with me on Fishboard Blaster. I high-key expected people to be like, no, we don't need more tuners that special from the graveyard. But speaking of tuners that special from the graveyard, what do we think about Glow-Up Bulb? Because I think Glow-Up Bulb is a very interesting one here. Because we don't have Hulk anymore. However, we do have decks like Plant Link that would now have super, super easy access to Synchro plays. So I don't exactly know about Glow-Up Bulb. Because it's not like it's a card that, like, needs a restriction. Like, it's literally a hard once per duel. So it's not like it's the most broken card of all time. Not to mention that unless you stack your deck, it's not really always going to guarantee you a benefit from sending the top card of your deck. Still a really powerful tuner, even without Hulk, kind of like Steam the Cloak. Yeah, but, like, people aren't even using Steam the Cloak, really, to be fair. Oh, yeah, no, Sun Avalon and, like, Rika decks and everything, they would absolutely, like, kill to have this. But, like, the thing is about, like, accessing it super easily. Tier could make use of Globe. Okay. You're right. It sends for effect, not for cost. Never mind. We can't have Globe Bulb. Tier says we can't have nice things. Thank you, Adam. You ruined our fun. 1-for-1 target as well. Yeah, but I love 1-for-1. Therefore, it's based. So, on the upcoming topic of cards that can't come back, Grinder Golem. We have the Grinder Golem, Danger, Dark World, FTK, Dark Warrior, Armageddon Knight, Grinder Golem. I love those videos. Have you seen both videos about Lithium saying Grinder Golem? Like, there's one from Tatsim and one from someone else. I don't remember who it was. Grinder Golem loops. The token from Grinder Golem. Lithium, when I was first on Twitter with the Aurora YGO account, Lithium posted about his daughter that he just had, or his wife just had, I should say. And I forgot what he named her, and I was like, I'm disappointed you didn't name her Grinder Golem, and he liked the tweets. It was so funny. I love those videos. I love, like, the Yugi tubing memes that come out of stuff like that. Yeah, Grinder Golem's just so stupid. We cannot have Grinder Golem. Another card on a similar name. Level Eater. I absolutely think Level Eater cannot come back. So, like, not only is Level Eater super broken in general, imagine what a deck like B-Trooper could do with it. I think 1-for-1 is fine too. Come off the current game environment. You have absolutely no idea the power that you're giving me by giving me multiple copies of 1-for-1 and Bird Up. You're giving me a little bit too much leeway here. Yeah, no Level Eater. I mean, to be fair, extra linking is kind of dog shit now, unless you're playing specifically a link deck like Marincess or something. Like, even then, actually, Marincess is getting Synchro access, so it would still be fine. But, like, Level Eater just in general is, like, super broken for both link plays and for Synchro plays. So yeah, no Level Eater. I'll be right back, though. I have to let my dog out. I'm going to test out the insert ad feature. So I'm going to go ahead and insert an ad here. Hopefully it's not, like, super annoying or something like that. I'll be right back. My sincerest apologies, for I have returned. Oh, geez, there is a lot of stuff going on in chat while I was gone. Master Duel add Duel Links ads. Hey, I'm actually really happy when I get, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Related ads on my videos. Hey, chair. Yeah, I agree. Cards that discard for cost getting hit by Ash is a really good 2-for-1 trade on the Ash user's end, but, like, 1-for-1 in general is just... It has the potential to end up being really silly, especially because it isn't a hard once per turn. Max C was in the Trap Trick structure deck. I mean, yeah, it was for the OCG, but it's absolutely not going to be for here. I think we have every C card actually coming in that structure deck, which is really funny. Sorry I was gone for so long, by the way. I wasn't just letting my dogs out. I was also talking to my dad because he went outside with me. But anyways, next up on our list, we have Magical Scientist. So I'm pretty sure we can agree no Magical Scientist because literally, not only is it really stupid, and I'm pretty sure the MBT tournaments, but it also literally came back for the no Banlist tournament over in the OCG, and they literally, it got top cut, which was really funny. No, hard ban. Yeah, okay. I'm glad we can agree on that. Oh man, that's so funny. Here's a more interesting one, though. I know a lot of people do have, like, PTSD for this card, but what do we think about Magispector Unicorn Kieran? So, for those of you that don't know, it did get banned, like, 6 years ago. So, basically, it says, during either player's turn, it's a Pendulum monster with no Pendulum effect, it's a scale 2, it's a level 6, it's a spellcaster, and the monster effect says, during either player's turn, you can target a Pendulum monster in your monster zone and one monster your opponent controls, return them to the hand. You can only use this effect of Kieran once per turn, and it cannot be targeted or be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Like, personally, one sec, let me open OBS. I feel like, let me pan my camera a little bit. I feel like I'm way too off to the side. There we go. Okay, that's better. Beautiful. But basically, Kieran got banned because it was kind of an annoying endboard piece because you just bounce it back and forth and, like, continuously resummon it. But, like, it's just kind of okay. I mean, like, so let's be real. Draco Slayer would absolutely use this, especially because they're already playing a Magispector engine, but, like, what's an extra quick effect bounce going to do atop their already pretty strong endboard? How pens are now, it's not that bad. Sounds good, but not busted. Magispector boss monster, yeah. Doesn't do anything in the current environment. Maybe one. Yeah, honestly, dude, one Kieran would be perfectly fine. But even then, because it's searchable and it's a hard once per turn, most decks aren't even going to play more than one anyway. It does target. It targets your monster and your opponent's monster. And it's only monsters. It can't bounce literally any card. Like, I think Kieran is the perfect example of one of the cards for Pendulum that could have come back ages ago, like how all the other ones did. But I feel like Konami just keeps forgetting about it. Like, again, it is searchable, and a deck like Draco Slayer would play it. But again, compared to everything else already on their endboard, what's an extra monster bounce going to do that also targets? I think everyone's biggest grief with it was, like, can't be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, so, like, you can't imperm it, but, like, I guess just open Dark Ruler or Droplet 5-head. Yeah, it could probably go to 3 for the Magispector players, but because, like, most pen decks literally aren't going to play more than 1. Because, again, you can, like, I'm pretty sure it's Boom Buku that searches it, right? Yeah, on normal or special summon, you can add a Magispector monster from deck to hand. Yeah, there's so many more strong cards that would be good for Pendulum instead. Okay. Alright, chat. I feel like this is what's going to cause, like, the great divide. What do we think about Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King? What do we think about it? Also, one sec, I'm going to pull up a notepad document. I'm going to note all the things that we said could come off. So, we said Blaster can come off. We said the other Blaster could come off. Fishboard Blaster with an errata. And we said Kieran can come off. Oh god, I opened the live stream back up and like chat's just suddenly boom. Alright. It's fine. Mario Pro kind of mid TBH. Masterpiece is bad now. Come to 1 first to test the waters. I'm on the fence. I could go to 1, but like I hate True Draco. That's fair. As a True Draco player, that's fair. Diagram is still at 1. Yeah, honestly, I feel like as a True Draco player, I would much rather have 3 Diagram or 3 Demise than 1 Masterpiece. So, like, a lot of people were like, they check the MBT tournament, and they're like, oh, True Draco ends up either topping or winning, like, every event because of Masterpiece. But, like, genuinely, I hate Masterpiece in True Draco. Yeah, Demise is still at 1. But, like, literally, so I was playing True Draco, I was testing with Masterpiece. I have a list, actually. It's, it falls under Full Power Draco, and it's got, like, the 3 Demise, it's got 3 Diagram, and everything like that. But, dude, Masterpiece is, like, the worst thing to draw because it's such a brick. Because, like, you're already using all of your back row pieces to tribute summon your regular monsters because you want as many monsters on the board as possible. But, like, instead you're wasting 2 things just to summon 1 monster. And yeah, it's a pretty damn strong monster, but, like, it just feels so clunky because, like, if you draw 8 and, like, other monsters, it's like, ugh. So Masterpiece was, like, quote-unquote abused in other decks. It was banned because of True Draco, because True Draco was, like, one of the best decks along there with Zoodiac. Especially because there was, like, Zoo Draco lists and everything. But, like, people were like, oh, you can use it in, like, Eldritch, you can use it in any other deck that would be using backer. I think some people were saying you could use it in, like, Virtual World. And, like, yeah, it's a pretty, like, splashable card overall, but with 1 Diagram, who's realistically going to be playing 1 Diagram, 1 Terraforming, 1 Masterpiece, specifically to run a mediocre Towers? With, like, a quick effect Trident pop. I'm seeing literally 1 person say no, and everyone else saying otherwise. That's honestly a surprise. I really expected all of y'all to, like, really fucking, like, really bash down on this. Masterpiece is Virtual World's new VFD. It could blend in with other OP boss monsters. I mean, yeah, but it's, like, it's literally just worse Verte into Dragoon or Verte into DPE. Because you literally... You have to have the back row pieces to tribute, or, like, the monsters to tribute. You have to not use your normal summon in order to get it out. You have to draw either it or the one of Diagram or Terraforming to even get access to it. Like... Free format, I feel like it's more interesting to unban things on this. So, like, honestly, I feel like the big issue with Masterpiece is, like, Masterpiece, when people are testing it, it's usually off the list with a bunch of other broken cards, but, like, I think right now, Masterpiece at 1 would do literally nothing, and is coming from a True Draco player who wants to play True Draco again. Like, this card would do literally nothing. Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of on the fence, 1 no, but mostly I'm seeing it's fine. So I'm writing down that Masterpiece to 1. We said Blaster to 1. We said Fishboard Blaster. I think we said Fishboard Blaster to 3 with an errata. And then Kieran to 1. Does that sound right, chat? Blaster to 1, Fishboard Blaster with an errata to 3, Kieran to 1, and Masterpiece to 1. If we keep Diagram at 1, we can pre-Masterpiece. If Diagram's at 3, we keep it banned. Honestly, I would love 3 Diagram over Masterpiece. I will take 3 Diagram over Masterpiece literally any day. Oh yeah, y'all like my cup, by the way? It's got Yugi on it, and it has my name on the back. My grandma got it custom made for me for, I think it was my birthday. I love this cup. It's also got a straw, but, like, it's in there. I didn't want to get the straw nasty. It's hard to clean. But, alright. So, I think next up on our list... I wonder how the format would look if more decks were at full power. Honestly, me too, because I feel like... So when it comes to this format, the problem isn't that there's not cards to out-tier. There's plenty of cards to out-tier, you know, Fissure, Macro, Necro Valley, stuff like that. There's not enough decks to keep up with tier. Like, the problem is, like, Tier Limit is just such a powerful deck right now that there's just nothing that can really keep up unless they run these really strong, stupid Floodgate cards. So, like, we really just need more decks at that power level, which is why Cash Draw, I feel like, is going to make the format a little bit more interesting rather than just annoying. And Bystials. I mean, yeah, the Bystials are, like, gatekeeping certain decks, but I feel like, honestly, the decks that are losing to Bystials, other than, like, maybe Drytron, because it is pretty powerful overall, I feel like those decks, like, wouldn't be able to keep up that well anyway. Because, like, I mean, Math Mech is really cool, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it would still stay as one of those decks that just gets, like, a top here and there. I miss Math Mech, yeah. I feel like Math Mech adding this year would honestly be better right now. Because it just does a lot more. Sky Striker full power? No, get out of my chat. No Sky Striker full power. We do not like Sky Striker in this house. No, that's just my personal bias. Wow, you want a lot of nasty decks at full power, actually. Sky Striker, Thunder Dragon, and Adamancipator. Ew. You're gross. Alright. So this one... Like, this one I kind of want to skip because it's an obvious no, but I want to see discussion in the chat over this. Discuss. I'm going to sit here and be completely silent, unless it's to read a funny chat. Discuss. In fact, while y'all discuss, I'm going to do a complete Trap Tricks test hand on EDO Pro. We're talking about Max C Mario Pro. The cockroach. Damn, this Trap Tricks hand is, like, actually baller. We open Murmelio, Parallel Exceed, Holtea, Torrential, and Sanctum. I feel like if anyone joins at this time, it's going to be really weird because I'm just sitting here statically. This Trap Tricks test hand ended on Pinguicula, a rank 4 of my choosing, Sarah, Torrential, Gravediggers, Bottomless, Sanctum with Arachnacampa in hand. Feather Duster into Self-Destruct Ant. I'm gonna turn my microphone down just a little bit, chat. I don't want y'all hearing anything in, like, the background of my house. You know, honestly, I expected a little bit more discussion, but I guess we can all agree, no max C. So next up is Mind Master. I always forget what this card does. Mind Master. You can pay 800 and tribute a Psychic, except Mind Master, to special a level 4 or lower Psychic from your deck in face-up attack position. It's a level 1 tuner. This is interesting, because I don't really know the context of Mind Master being banned. So, like, if anyone in chat could help me out here. Because, honestly, this looks like a worse... unless it's used for, like, an FTK, this looks like a worse E-Telly. Because E-Telly is already at 3. Like, I feel like it was some form of FTK because it isn't a hard once per turn. But I don't know. Yeah, it's not a hard once per turn, and, like, I can absolutely see that being part of the reason why it was banned, but, like, was it used in, like, a loop or, like, an FTK? Because, again, like, E-Telly is also not a hard once per turn. No, because of Mech Knights? Mech Knights? You think Mind Master would be broken because of Mech Knights? They don't even have any 4 lowers. There's a Mind Master FTK? Yeah, that honestly, that makes a lot of sense. What if we eroded it to be a hard once per turn, though? It was for DSF? Unfortunately, I'm tripping, and I don't know what DSF is. Mutant would be too good. Yo, free Mind Master to make Mutant tier 0. Dark Strike Fighter? Yeah, but Dark Strike Fighter's eroded now. It's like dog shit now. This card could absolutely come back, in my opinion, if it was just for that. Next structure decks you think are Chaos Dragons, Fire King, and then Blue Eyes. Yo, a new Fire King structure deck that gives them actual good updated stuff that works during the standby and not just, like, your standby. Or, like, just works, like, immediately. Or, no, I'm thinking of Nephthys that only works during your standby. But, like, things that just work immediately, like Unchained or something. Like, I would love Fire Kings to be updated. Yeah, pre-eroded Dark Strike obviously was broken. But I feel like now, like, especially if they did give it a hard once per turn, Mind Master is probably fine. So, chat, what do we overall think about Mind Master? Could it come back? And if so, would it need an errata? My cat's sticking her paw under my door. She wants in. I'd let her in here, but, like, she likes to wreak havoc and mess with my cables and everything, like my HDMI that I have mounted, and she likes to try and steal thumbtacks out of the wall. And I don't want that happening during on string. Do you like Fire King Ubel? I have never heard of Fire King Ubel in my life. Unbanned with an errata, needs a hard once per turn errata. Yeah, so, like, the main builds I've seen of Fire King are, like, the Pure Fire King, True King Fire King, Fire Fist Fire King, and most recently, Tri-Brigade Fire King. I tried labbing that with our friend Flunder D, whose channel you should totally check out, by the way. I do all the editing for that channel, and it's, like, really fun. Alright, so we say Master, yes. Alright, I'm going to take that as an overall consensus. Mind Master with an errata 3. I'll say to 3 with an errata. Because, like, no one's going to be playing it with an errata anyway, so. Well, Fire King was a thing in Duel Links. Okay. That makes a lot more sense why I've never heard of it. I don't really keep up with Duel Links literally at all. Let me check Twitter real quick. Making sure I don't, like, get lost in the notifications. What is Mind Master? Never heard of it. It's a level 1 tuner psychic that you can pay 800, tribute it in a psychic to special a level 4 or lower psychic from deck or something. And it's not a hard once per turn, and apparently it was used in, like, a Dark Strike Fighter FTK, like, ages ago. Okay, cool. The music's still going. We only have roughly 23 minutes left of the music. I'll have to switch to Zelda and Chill 3. Because I think they have a 3. But anyways, so that is Mind Master done with. Next up, we have Orchest Harpor. Y'all, okay. This is coming from someone who thinks that Tier Orchest is like a really strong build of Tier. Orchest Harpor could literally come to 12, and the deck would still suck. Like, you can one-card combo into some really cool stuff, but like, dude, realistically, even with Tier Orchest, how broken would Orchest be with a single harp, or even 3 harp? Not to mention the Ishizus, the Bystials, literally every other piece of graveyard hate right now. Hey, buddy, I would play Orchest Tier. Don't you dare. You know what? That's it. I'm switching stream. We're now doing Orchest Tier test hands rest of the stream. With the Bystials, it's really not viable. Yeah. What do Orchest even do? So basically, Orchest was just a really consistent, well, not really consistent because it bricked a lot, but like, it was basically a really good resource engine. They would just continuously, they dumped machines to the grave, banished them from grave, used a bunch of other effects, and basically they like looped those resources and they could climb into links and stuff. At very first, they were like a Boral Sword OTK deck. Like, that was literally their entire shtick. Well, first, actually, before that, they were like a Bomber Dragon loop deck because they could use Babel to Bomber Dragon loop. But then they became like pretty good with like Rusty Bardich and everything. And like their strongest end board, if you don't include their quick effect from Babel, allowing them to summon or to get the resources back, it was like a quick effect summon a thing from grave to non-target send a card. And then like not including like the jank Azathoth stuff, it was like double Fog Blade. That's all I can think of, actually. It was literally double Fog Blade plus the non-target send, but it was mostly just really recursive. Rusty's Leagueable Orchestra will just be okay. Harp should come back. Should be at 3. Come back as long as Mermaid and Goblin stay where they are. I don't know, man. Mermaid sounds kind of funny to me. It made Azathoth. Yeah, no, Azathoth was like only for a short period, though. Azathoth got banned pretty fast. IP Babel, Ding, Skelly, and Grave Pat. Yeah, literally that. I mean, actually, IP wasn't even out when Orcus was at full power. Okay, so from the consensus, like the general consensus, everyone's saying Harp to 3. Is that right? Everyone's saying Harp to 3. In fact, Harp to 5. Let Orcus players be the only players that can play 5 copies of a card in their deck. Not gonna lie, I feel like Mermaid, if they banned Ibly, I think Mermaid could be kind of funny. Should have been back a long time ago, yeah. Next up, we have Performage Plushfire. Harp could honestly go to 40. Real grass decks are like foaming at the mouth right now. Alright, so next up we have Performage Plushfire. Let me know if I get too far off the camera, by the way. I'm not really looking at my OBS. I'm shifting in my seat a lot. But I can't really speak too much on Plushfire because I wasn't around, well, I was around, but I wasn't playing competitively during Pepe format. Not to mention, it's just so weird to think about like these broken Pendulum cards right now because Pendulum is just in such a bad spot, even with Electromite, because the zones got put to the scale or to the spell and trap zones. So like, for those that don't know what Plushfire does, if a Performage monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special it from your pen zone and then take 500, and that's a hard once per turn. And as a not hard once per turn, the monster effect says if it's destroyed on the field by battle or card effect, you can special a Performage monster from your hand or deck except Plushfire. Plushfire to 1, maybe even 2, but Monkey to 3. Yeah, it was disgusting in Pepe, but realistically, like, how broken would it be right now? Like, I feel like Plushfire is just... Like, it's definitely... It looks like a good card, but, like, realistically, how stupid is Plushfire, like, in 2023 of all years? Go to 3 as long as Electrum's banned. Ban Electrum. We'll get to Electrum in a little bit. We're almost there. We're almost there. Probably go to 3, maybe 1 at first, just to be safe. So I'm seeing most people saying that it's okay. So are we going 1 or 3? How many copies should we have of Plush Fire? So we got 1. We got 3. You can do polls in chat, right? You can do a poll. Yo. That's so cool. I forgot how cool YouTube streaming was. I also need to set up how to do, like, donations and stuff. My dad told me I should probably do that. Hope y'all didn't hear that. My dad's getting mad at the cat for being a nuisance. Alright, so we got an overwhelming amount saying 3, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll now. So it says Plush Fire to 3. Next up, Phoenixian Cluster Amaryllis. Phoenixian Cluster Amaryllis. Basically, if you don't know, Bomber Dragon plus Amaryllis equals FTK. So I'm assuming that it's going to be an overwhelming no. Who the fuck is that guy? Okay. So it says it cannot be special summoned except with its own effects or with Phoenixian Seed. If it attacks, it is destroyed after damage calc. If this card you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. During your end phase, you're going to move from play 1 plant monster from your grave, especially from your grave in defense. I should pull up the cards on stream. Yeah, it's too difficult to do that, honestly. I don't have a reliable way of doing that with, like, without repeatedly going into, like, Google search or whatever. Honestly, I feel like plant FTK would be even more consistent now than ever. Like, with how much plant support that we have between, like, the Sun Avalons and the Rikas and stuff, I feel like Amaryllis is just kind of, like, busted. FTK enabler, so go to 3. Errata, so its effect damage isn't abusable. See, I feel like, to be fair, though, even if it was errata, literally nobody would play it. So I feel like it's a card that could just stay banned, realistically. Because all it does is degenerate stuff. So, I'm thinking we just keep it banned. What do y'all think? Keep it banned, keep it banned. You're gonna say, nah. Yeah, I feel like this should stay banned. Alright, so I feel like we've all agreed overall that all of the Dragon Rulers can come to 1. You know what? Actually, I feel like I can just do a poll for all of these. Alright, so Redox. 1 or 0. 1 is on the top and 0 is on the bottom, by the way, in case you want to misclick or not. We got some votes for 1, some for 0, mostly 1. And Tempest instead. I'm gonna keep this up for about a minute, maybe, because I feel like the Dragon Rulers, particularly Redox, are like... Without Block Dragon 1. Yeah, we already did the discussion on Block Dragon. We unanimously agreed no Block Dragon. You're getting my nose wet every time I sip. Alright. So it looks like we got an overwhelming amount saying 1. Redox to 1. Okay. This next one is a bit interesting, because it literally just got banned like 2 lists ago. But, pop out chat and put it on stream. I have literally no idea how to put chat in stream with regular OBS. I only know how to do... I don't even know how to do it with Streamlabs. So I know Streamlabs is, like, one of the easiest ways to do it. Ow, shit. I almost fell out of my chair. Yeah, I have, like, no idea how to do chat on stream. I'll have to look that up for later. Because, like I said, this is my first stream on YouTube, so... And it doesn't have all the tools that Twitch does. Yeah, I'm fine. I was adjusting myself in my chair, but, like, the edges of my chair are kind of sloped. So, like, I put my hand down, and then my palm slipped, and I just, like, fell over, and I, like, slammed my hand into the adjuster bar of my chair that makes it go up or down. I'm fine. I just got, like, it scared me. But, so... This one's a bit interesting because it literally just got banned the other list. But next up we have Ronin Totem. So, basically I'm just going to put yes or no. Yes would be like at probably 3 because like one Ronin is like one Ronin, but... Because like when we talk about Ronin, we have to keep in mind it was banned because of Sprite making Toad, but Sprite can already super easily make Toad because of Sprind. Like, literally, they have, like, so many one-card combos into Toad anyway, and, like, it's not like they have to go out of their way to do it. Like, it's just perfectly normal. Like, basically, banning Ronin hurt other decks more than it actually hurt, like, Sprite specifically. And it's also really funny because, like, some people might say no because of Substitute, because they brought Substitute back because they banned Ronin, but, like... It's not like we have Mass Driver. Like, realistically, unless they're doing some weird jank way to access Cannon Soldier, how exactly are we going to FTK with Ronin Substitute in the modern day? Especially given that there's only so many frogs that you can play. Ooh, this is actually a perfect 50-50 split. This is an interesting one, actually. Literally a perfect 50-50 split. $10 FTK easy. Alright, so now we finally got another vote for no. I think this is a very interesting one. I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit. Because, like, again, like, realistically, it is going to be very, very difficult to find a way to FTK with Ronin and Substitute. And it's not like keeping it banned would, like, hurt Sprite very much. Ronin is a big no while Sprite is still around, but they literally already make, they literally already make the shit. Like, genuinely, I think all they get is an additional level 2. Yeah, I think literally if Ronin's around, they literally get 1 extra level 2. And it gives them the 1-card swap combo back, but, like, even then, that's just, like... They're already gonna make Toad anyway. Like, it's not like they have... It's not like Sprite is a deck known for bricking. Like, it really just hurt decks using the Frog engine. Like, I think Sharks actually used it a little bit. Mermail Atlantean absolutely did. This was like a slap in the face to me. I think it's 7:55 a minute from now. I think then I'll take the poll down. I think people are just looking at it in a vacuum. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, while I keep this up, I'm gonna grab some candy real quick. I got some candy left. Maybe I'll just grab some gum, actually, because I already had a lot of sugar today, so... I'm gonna turn on like a gum chewing ASMR stream. Okay. So it looks like the end result is a very underwhelming no. Interesting. I guess we are not getting a Ronin Totem then. Next up, though, we have Samsara Lotus. So Samsara Lotus, during an end phase, you control a spell or traps, you can special it from the grave in face attack position. Card's controller takes 1,000 damage during each of their standby phases. This was from an FTK, right? Like another Bomber Dragon kind of FTK. Like, there's a card that I think we can probably agree is like no, unless we errata it or something. Errata Frogs to be level 3. Oh yeah, it was absolutely for an FTK. I just don't remember if it was Firewall or if it was like Bomber Dragon or something. Alright, so we're gonna go... I feel like there's just so many cards on the list that could literally come back with an errata. Like, so many cards are just broken because they're not a hard once per turn, because they're old. Yeah, so the errata is winning. Can't come back unless it's errated. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a no-brainer one. Samsara Lotus. Probably just 3 with errata. I feel like anything with an errata is probably just to 3. Alright. So that was Samsara Lotus. Some cards I don't want to get in errata, they just keep on the ban list. I mean, I feel like at that point, it's like, there's no benefit to keeping them banned, as opposed to just errataing them, bringing them back, and then just whatever. Give me a retrain instead. Yo, we should get... Instead of unbanning Yada, they should have given us a retrain that lets it, like, attack on the first turn. Alright. Next up, we have Master Plan. Okay. I know Spiral wouldn't really do much, even with Master Plan back. But I hate Spiral players. So it's going to be a no from me. But let me just put the poll up real quick. I'd probably just do 1, honestly. So 1 or 0. 1 is on the top. I like this one could be interesting. We're at 50-50 right now. 44-56. It's definitely a no from me. I don't like Spiral. Probably like that and Dark Warrior probably tied for like my least favorite decks of all time. I hate that deck. It's like every time I see a Spiral player on Twitter, I act with like full frontal aggression. As much as I love to play Spiral, that's a huge no from me. Magician Souls used to be played with it? Yeah, so when Magician Souls was released, Spiral like part 2 came back basically. So it was like, it was tier 0, like literally one of the biggest definitions of a tier 0 deck for like a while in 2017 because of Double Helix. And then it ended up becoming like a tier 2-ish deck. And then it kind of like fell off a bit. And then basically Magician Souls came out and Master Plan was like super broken because of it, because you'd like dump it from deck, special the Magician Souls, and access all your stuff. And they used to, like, Extra Link really consistently, which was really annoying. It was basically Dark Warrior, but, like, not Warrior, I guess. 2017 had 2 tier 0 decks, bro. Yeah. Literally started off with Zoo, and then went into Spiral. Actually wild. I think it was, like, very late 2017, though. It might have been very early 2018. Alright, but I think it's an overwhelming no for Master Plan. Alright. So, next up, we have the Tyrant Neptune. So, the Tyrant Neptune might be a bit of a, like, unknown card for y'all. But, basically, you summon it by tributing a monster. It gains the total original attack and defense of the monster attributed, but you also can, basically copy the effect of the monster that you tributed. And, like, you copy the name and the effect. So it was literally one of those cards that you would use with Lyriluscus Independent Nightingale. Because, like, Independent Nightingale burns for its level times 5. And Tyrant Neptune is level 10. But similar to something like Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, I feel like, yeah, Assembled Nightingale is a problem card, even as a Lyrilusc player. I feel like anything that copies effects usually just ends up being pretty bad for the game. And also, this is a preemptive hit too, by the way. But it's like, no one was really playing it anyway. Ash came out in 2017. Ash came out before Lynx, which is honestly the more shocking thing for me. Came out in Maximum Crisis. And it's crazy, because like my first pack of Maximum Crisis, I pulled the secret rare, but it was the Zark, and it wasn't Ash. Tyrant Neptune feels like it would limit future design, so it's better off ban. I agree, honestly. Let's do the poll, though. I feel like overall, it's just not a very well-designed card. Like I said, it's like Supreme Dragon Starving Venom, which, by the way, I'm telling you right now, Starving Venoms are going to be a straight no from me, dog. Like, I'm not even going to do a poll. This card cannot come back. Neptune ban, copying effects, historically kind of degenerate. Yeah, I honestly agree. I feel like, yeah, Independent Nightingale, sorry, can be a problem, and maybe someday it will have to go. But, like, anything that, like, did we not learn from Gem FTK? Gem FTK is still a thing. Have you not seen the Sleeper Sunday? That I posted literally yesterday? Like, Gem Knight FTK is still super, like, possible, and it's fairly consistent. Even if you ban Nightingale, it still has potential to be broken. Yeah. Like, anything that copies effects, I just feel like is not healthy for the game. Because there's certain effects that are, like, it's crazy. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be a whopping no. Next up, though, title. Again, I think we all agreed on the Dragon Rulers coming back to 1. So, we go 1 or 0. Number 1 is on top. Verte, yeah, real. So title definitely feels like it has the potential to be one of the most busted ones, but the problem is having to have a dragon or a water. Actually, I think a water specifically, sorry, not a dragon. Title. Yeah, discard 8 in a water. Literally, there's only like a few decks that would actually even use this. Let's see, Goaty, which it's Goaty. I'm sorry, Goaty players, your deck sucks. Mermail. As a Mermail player, my deck sucks. It literally, I play tested with Title and Stream in Mermail, and Stream is literally just better than Title. It's so funny. Like, Title literally does nothing except for being an additional level 7. Like, you don't even like the Foolish effect. You just like it being a level 7 that summons itself. And then we have, I don't think Marincess would play it. As a Marincess player, I don't think I would play it in Marincess. I mean, Ice Jade, maybe. Like, all of these decks kind of suck, though. Water hasn't been good for, like, ages. Umi also wouldn't even play it, I don't think. Alright. It looks like 1 is the consensus, yeah. Alright. Next up is Victory Dragon. So Victory Dragon, much like Fibre Jar, I feel like is a card that it's not inherently broken, but like the problems it causes via the actual gameplay is the thing that makes it really obnoxious. So I feel like Victory Dragon just kind of can't come back. Can we all just agree really quickly that Victory Dragon can't come back? Because like I don't feel like doing a poll for this. Banned because of rulings. And see, it wasn't even really rulings technically, because like it's pretty like straight and simple. Like if it attacks directly and does game, then you win the match. The problem was that it was causing a lot of toxicity and, like, boring gameplay in the community. Yeah, you can scoop at any time, yeah. Like, they go to swing and you scoop. So, like, they don't win the match. They just win the game. Alright, cool. Glad we can all agree. Oh, yeah, most of us are agreeing, so I'm just gonna skip over the Victory Dragon. That is it for the effect monsters, though. It's actually a surprising little amount of them considering we spent like an hour, like almost an hour and a half. But next up, I feel like this is a very interesting topic for discussion, and that is Elder Entity Norden. So I feel like even with Instant Fusion at 1, Norden is a card that shouldn't come back. However, if we ban Instant Fusion, let's talk about this in the scope of Instant Fusion being banned, because Instant Fusion honestly looks very likely or liable to be banned in the upcoming format, because tier is tier. But I feel like Norden has this very interesting argument that people are talking about. It was banned when people were hard making it, but realistically, who would waste the resources nowadays to summon Norden when they could have just done something else because it's so easy to extend regardless? Because you need literally to fuse 2 like things to go into Norden. However, there's also a good argument. We already talked about master plan Exodia Apophis. We actually all agreed, or not all agreed, but most of us agreed no master plan. But the other interesting thing about Norden is that Super Poly is still a card. Unfortunately, Super Poly is a thing, and so any deck that ends on like an M board revolving around synchros and or Xyz could get completely blown out by like Super Poly into Norden. And if they discard a monster that can be summoned off of Norden when they use the Super Poly, they can literally just get a free rank 4 of their own, which depending on the rank 4 could like be an OTK. Oops. The YouTube studio kind of crashed there. Shouldn't affect the stream, but like I can't see chat right now. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. Fantasy Fusion, then yeah. Normal without instance probably fine, but they can't be in the game at the same time. They were hard making it. Yeah. So I did say they were hard making it, but I'm talking about nowadays. Like, realistically. Like, are you literally going to be discarding fucking, God, what, Lunalight Black Sheep to add Fusion sub to hard make Norden when you could just do any other extension? I feel like the bigger problem is literally Super Poly. Alright. Alright. Let's go Norden, no Instant Fusion. Got a lot of people saying 1. Honestly, I feel like Super Poly shouldn't be a card in general. It's probably one of my least favorite cards. Coming from someone that was really excited when it came off the list because I was playing like a Shadal build. But like, I feel like with Garura especially, but even just in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's just such a strong, stupid board breaker, as well as a disruption when you go first. Like, I feel like it just shouldn't exist. If it was a normal spell and or could be responded to, I'd probably be more fine with it. But it's like the fact that it's not only a quick play, but also just completely interactable. I feel like that's probably my least favorite thing about it. It looks like most people are saying Norden to 1 with no Instant Fusion. Oh, poll's kind of going up. Got a lot more people voting for 0. Do I keep it in the notepad or not? I'll give it 30 more seconds, roughly. Okay, so there's 11 votes, and there's only 11 concurrent viewers, it says, so I feel like that's everything. So yeah, it looks like we're going Norden with no Instant Fusion to 1. Crazy. Alright. I already mentioned earlier that I'm going to be skipping over Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. I feel like it's a card that, like, absolutely not, because we already agreed about no Tyrant Neptune, and this card's even more broken. But, so this one's a bit interesting. So Thunder Dragon Colossus is a card I've seen a lot of discourse over, and I feel like it's for good reason, because personally, I think Colossus shouldn't exist. I don't care how many outs we have to it, quote-unquote. If you can't, like, half the decks that have outs like to search their outs, like how Dinosaur likes to search Dogron and stuff. So, like, it doesn't matter how many outs there are. This is literally a card where you have to draw the out. Like, literally, if you do not draw the out, you are literally going to die. It's a card that's a lot like Winda, except even easier to make, because you literally just... It's basically a Link 1, And so many decks, especially something like Sprite, could easily play an engine in order to access the Colossus on top of an already super strong end board. Colossus to 1, Colossus is toxic. Alright. So I'm going to start a poll. It's going to be Colossus at 0 or 1, 1 being on top. Because I don't think it should, like, if it does come back, no more than 1. Like, personally, I think Colossus is stupid. Like, I hate this card a lot. Like, I don't care how bad Thunder Dragon is. Like, I just don't like Colossus. A lot of people saying 0, but a lot of people saying 1 as well. It says 10 concurrent viewers, so looks like we only have one more person. All right. So it looks like with everyone voting, we have 60% saying 0, 64% saying 0 now, actually, and 36% saying 1. Sorry if your stuff doesn't pop up in chat, by the way. If you say any bad, naughty words, chat insta-blocks it. I have to hit show. But it looks like Colossus is staying at 0. Thank God. Some of you are smart. No. I have a feeling... I got a feeling that y'all are gonna say no to Hulk. Just one. Just one Hulk. Please. For me. One Hulk for me. Please, chat. Are y'all gonna be PogChamp? Are y'all gonna allow me to have Hulk? Ah, damn. Keeps crashing. Not the stream itself, but just the website. Am I allowed to have Hulk, chat? Please? It's actually a very close poll. 50-50 right now, actually. I do not miss 10 negate boards. No one was putting up 10 negate boards with Hulk last, though. Hulk was literally just bad for Scythe walking, but Scythe should leave in general. Like, coming from someone that runs Sanctum, Scythe just shouldn't exist. We've had, like, 5 different ways to Scythe walk so far. Like, literally, during Diapo format, when people were using Hulk, it was literally the Scythe lock, or they'd go for, like, the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, but that line died to, like, a single hand trap. Or Board Breaker if you had, like, Droplet or Chalice or something. Wow. We are literally at a perfect 50-50 on Hulk. Like, a perfect 50-50. Hulk didn't make 10 negates, that was a Rorodon? Yeah. It was literally a Rorodon. This is wild. I did not expect we'd get a perfect 50-50 on this poll. Alright. I'm gonna ask Google to flip a coin. And... okay, never mind. Okay. Someone voted in the poll. Hulk stays at 0. Hulk stays at 0. I hate y'all. All of y'all are banned. None of you are invited to my birthday party. Curious, I'm gonna skip over it. It was literally just banned. Next up, Agripane. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna have... Also, I hope you all understand my joke and the poll question. I'm pretty sure we can all, like, collectively agree no Agripane. I hope you all like the joke. Agripane is a no. Agripane! I'd go jump on my bed, but my dog's on it, and I don't want to interrupt her. Also, the quality of the stream is good, right? Like, it says the stream health is fine, but I want to know if the quality is good, because it looks kind of blurry on my end. Yeah, okay. Okay, we all agreed. No Agripane. It's not letting me end the poll. There we go. Okay. Thank God. I was supposed to say Agripane is just too strong. He does not allow himself to die. Okay. So, also LP. I'm assuming LP. Like, LP is a very obvious one. Like, this card's kind of dumb. I feel like we can just... Someone immediately voted for LP to come back. Who was it? Reveal yourself. Which one of you, you lousy motherfuckers, decided to put LP to 3? Okay. Understandable. Yeah. I knew you would, Mario. Okay. There's so much dust on the top of my monitor. That's nasty. Okay. Cool. We all agree no LP. Alright. This is one of the ones that I'm really excited for y'all to talk about. So, Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. So, Electromite is like one of the most infamous cards on the ban list by now, between like Triff and just in general. And I feel like Electromite back then, like, so it got limited first before it got banned, because it was limited because a bunch of like degenerate loops and FTKs are being made with her. But I feel like Electromite back then was really strong because it was like the Wild West of the Link days. But I feel like now, even with Beyond the Pendulum, I know some people are going to be like, oh, Electrum and Beyond, oh, they can't both be together. But like, I feel like, honestly, Electrum just takes an already mediocre or bad mechanic and just boosts it up a little bit. I feel like Electrum to 1 is perfectly fine. I don't think we can have it at 3 because there might be some more loops and everything. Personally, though, I think Electromite to 1 is fine. But I don't know. I'm going to ask y'all. Let's discuss this. Electromite's fine at 1. Pen best deck. Electromite can be at 3. To 3. Yeah, I'm not going to do 3. I'm not going to say 3 just because there have been FTKs and loops because of it. Mainly because we have Astrograph back at 1 now. So I'm pretty sure, like, 1 Astrograph, 3 Electromite ended up making some degenerate loops there. OCG has both at 1 and Pen still ain't good. Wow. This was a very overwhelming yes. Okay. So it looks like most of us agree Electromite to 1. Like Electromite, I just don't like how similar it makes all pen decks. I mean, to be fair, all pen decks are mostly similar in general, but even nowadays, like, I feel like nowadays, actually, it's a lot more diverse, because you got decks like Valance, completely unique. Draco Slayer, honestly, other than the end board being, like, generic boss monsters, very unique there. And then Pen Mage is, like, its own, like, specific thing now. Pen Mage isn't, like, the one big pendulum pile anymore. There's actually unique pendulum decks. Even Sulfa Court is a thing now. Is this going to be a video? Yeah. I'm not going to edit it or anything. It's just going to be an unedited VOD. But it's going to be posted to YouTube, yeah. I feel like they could print more generic pendulum monsters that do similar things to Electromite. Just being able to remove a pendulum card and reset another can be helpful. I mean, yeah, but that's just what Beyond is. Alright. Yeah, that's awesome, honestly. I feel like I'm glad that y'all agree that Electromite is, like, overall fine. Oh, I just realized. I think, Zelda and Chill 3 is playing right now. I didn't even realize. It's already, like, halfway through. I'm gonna have to find some new music to start playing. Will you show chat in the vid? Chat should be, like, chat replay should be, legal. Stream settings. Edit. Customization. Alright, so live chat replay should be up for the video. Are you going to make a video about the results of the polls? Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not that kind of content creator. I feel it's more like along the lines of like the Twitch streamers and stuff. It feels like a very Farfa or MBT thing. Also, Servant, I do believe, is at 1. I thought it was at 2 for the longest time, but like, no, it's still at 1. But next up, so I feel like Nightmare Goblin and Nightmare Mermaid are kind of like obvious no's. I feel like most people are going to say no. I think Mermaid could be very funny without Ibly. Definitely not with Ibly, because that means you could literally just do some, like, really degenerate stuff in Sprite. Even though Sprite already has degeneracy with Ibly. Goblin 1 chat replay at 0-2 strong. Oh my god. Put the 3, give Pendulum the shrink back, and put Dryden off the list. Alright. Yeah, so I think we all agree, no Goblin, no Mermaid. Okay. So I won't even ask about it. Barrage still went maybe 2, so Dex... No. No Barrage. No Barrage. We say no Barrage here. Alright. I think this is one of the biggest no's on the entirety of the Forbidden and Limited list, and it's not even funny. Show me one person, and I know some of you are gonna hop in on ironically and say it as a joke, but like show me one person who legitimately, unironically think Link Cross is like a good card for the game. Show me one person who thinks that. That isn't an Infernoble player. Link Cross was a mistake. Link Cross, no. Is it still good without Hulk? Literally one of the most broken links in the game. You take any Link monster, link it off into this as like basically a Link 1, and then make tokens equal to that Link monster's Link rating. So any deck can take like their Link 2 or 3 or even 4, God forbid, and like summon this, they keep that body, and then they make a bunch of tokens. One of the most broken cards ever printed. Nope, nope. Of course, good without Hulk. I don't know what all these cards do. What's Link Cross? Okay. So I'll read off the exact wording for some of you that don't know. This was banned, I think it was 2020, when Infernoble was good. It says it requires a Link 2 or higher monster, and on Link Summon, you can special a number of Link tokens. They're all Cyber Slight level 1s with 0 attack and defense, up to the Link rating of the monster uses this card's, for this card's Link Summon, and you cannot use Link tokens as Link material for the rest of the turn, and you can only use this effect once per turn. Cat jump scare. That's not my cat, that's my dog. She's like rolling around in the back. I think she has an itch. My cat's out there in the living room or something somewhere. But yeah, so I think Link Cross overall is like a card that should literally never be touched ever. I think it's a card we should all just block from our subconscious. Next up is Auroradon. I guess I'm gonna ask, I might as well. I know some people are Speedroid players, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, Auroradon! But, like, I feel like, Auroradon should honestly still stay gone. Was it 3 months after release? I swear Link Cross was banned, like, really fast. I didn't know Infernoble was around that long. Damn, I was about to say, is this the first poll where we get a resounding no? But no. That 10%, that literal one vote is either a Speedroid player or the one Mecha Phantom Beast player in the entire world. No, 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 no. I don't think we need any more time to vote there. It's like, there's 2 people voting yes, and I'm pretty sure they're memeing. Like November 2020. I swear Link Cross got banned really fast. That's wild. So, next one on the list, I think this one's pretty interesting. We have Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo. So, if you played literally at all at the beginning of last year, you'll know that Meow Meow was a, like, pretty stupid card overall. And because Adventure, DPE, Prank Kids was, like, super, super dumb at the time. Because, like, double Regeki plus DPE plus, like, 1,000,000 one-card combos. Even when this was limited, it was definitely, like, pretty powerful. But I think in the context of 2023 Yu-Gi-Oh!, one Meow Meow, I think, would be perfectly fine. Because show me what Prank Kid specifically is going to do. Like, oh, by the way, Verte is also gone. Verte was still legal back then. But show me what Prank Kids are going to do against Tier with 2 Regekis. Show me how good that's going to do against Tier. So I'm going to start a poll here. I'm going to start a poll. And I think my dog wants outside, so I might run another ad after a second. But for Meow Meow, it's going to be in the context of 1 or 0. And while that goes, I think you guys can still vote in the poll while there's an ad going. I'm going to run an ad real quick, and let my dog out, and I'll be right back. Okay. I have returned. Okay, prank kids, giving prank one cat is like giving zoo one drive, and they still have the adventure engine. Yeah, adventure fucking sucks right now, though. Stop the normal summon, prank kids can't do anything. Tier 0 format, they're not doing anything. Fine. Wow. I genuinely didn't think that it'd be such a resounding, or not resounding, but like such a big no. I kind of agree. I think some of y'all are just traumatized by Frank Kids, or just really have like... I mean, this coming from someone that said the same thing about Master Plan, but I think y'all have a vendetta against Frank Kids. I feel like, honestly, the deck would just be acceptable. But, I mean, hey, I'm not going to argue with the poll. It looks like you guys do not want Meow Meow to come back. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure... Alright, one sec. Let me just check Twitter real quick, because Twitter... Oh god, there are a lot of notifications on Twitter. But, for this next one, I would like to, dedicate a song real quick. Hopefully y'all can hear it. I hope King Charlotte doesn't copy strike me. I always stay here. Until the first chorus, at least. Nothing but bangers from the King Scarlet Yu-Gi-Oh channel, by the way. Actually, I'm gonna do a poll while I do it, while we bop. Keyboard's all hairy. Alright, yeah. I figured as much. Actually, there's a few people saying Verte legal. Only in Cyber Dragon.
Okay, so what do I do if someone's maybe threatening to dropkick me in the face? I've got just the thing.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna turn this off before it actually ends up becoming like a copyright problem, because if you didn't know, for YouTube, by the way, you actually get a notification, I'm pretty sure, if someone uses I just realized I closed out chat. Sorry there, guys. Oh, you actually get a notification if someone uses your content. Also, where is my mouse? Ah, of course, Microsoft Edge updated. One sec, it'll take me a minute to see chat, y'all. Ooh, hopefully the stream health is good. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Yeah, like literally I couldn't see my cursor and I was trying to see it again and I accidentally closed out of Edge. Alright. Anyways, after Verte, we have Samorg, Bird of Sovereignty. Alright. So I know people are like, oh, you got barrier statues a thing. Barrier statue sucks to summon off of Samorg. However, because there's so many people that are like traumatized by Master Duel or something. Alright. Please be nice to me. Chat, I'm counting on you. Oh, I only use Edge for the Aurora channel, so I don't have to keep logging in and out of my main one. Okay. Chat, are you gonna be nice to me? Are you going to let Bird Up be absolutely full power broken again? I love you, chat. I love you so much. I'm gonna also summon Phoenix thing. I forgot its name. Phoenix, what? I got True Draco Phoenix. Y'all use differing opinions, get it? Are you re-invited to your birthday party then? No. Speaking of my birthday, though, it's actually my birthday 2 Saturdays from now. 12 days from now. I just remembered that. We're gonna have a little Samorg as a treat. Cluster Phoenix? Yeah, but we already said no Phoenix Cluster. That card's still banned. We agreed not to bring it back. Dog, what are you doing? She wanted in here, and like my dad let her in, and now she immediately wants out. Hey, you want to say hi to chat? No. Okay. If she stays sitting at my door for a moment, I'm gonna let her back out. Thank you all though, chat. I'm glad you all agree that Bird Up is the best deck. Apex is just negates unless you play Mist Valley, and then it's infinite. Yeah. I just like getting the additional Omni and then also the targeting protection, but it also gives the deck more follow-up, because the issue with playing like the turbo combo version without Arclight and Revolt, where you go for like the Ensemble and everything like that, like basically the issue there, not the issue there, I'm sorry. Like the good thing there is that you can special summon, or the issue there is that you get no follow-up. The good thing is that some more can also summon like a Cobalt Sparrow, so that gets you a free level 1, so it can be either a Nerval or a Barrel. So it's just really good for the deck for follow-up. Arsenal fact, I'm going to be really good from Cash, the ban barrier statue. Not gonna lie, I feel like the barrier statue variant is just kind of like, I feel like that's just kind of worse than just going for Diablosis. Because, like, you would rather at least rip from your opponent's extra from the top of their deck than just die completely to Lunar Eclipse. Or not Lunar Eclipse, but Eclipse. People are going to just be playing Eclipse and Concealing Light and just flipping everything. Pot of Creed could go to 1 as less efficient in tiers. Smorg would just be nice follow-up, yeah. So Morg is just amazing for the follow-up as well as like the targeting protection. Like also just getting the Omni from deck so you don't have to waste a slot in your extra is the big thing. Because the extra deck for Bird Up specifically is just so damn tight. It's one of the most annoying parts about it. If Konami gave me like an 18 card extra deck, I feel like I would never complain about anything ever again. That's a lie. I would complain about everything. I'm a Yu-Gi tuber, that's my job. But it's like, dude, that would let me play Arclight, Lightheart, and the second Shurg. Like, that would be amazing. 25th anniversary stuff? What about 25th anniversary? Did like something come up about the 25th anniversary or? It's 8:35 currently. Legacy unhits. Oh yeah, that makes sense actually. But it's currently 8:35. So if you guys didn't know, Konami Japan and sometimes Konami, they like to reveal a lot of things at 9 o'clock. So if they reveal something like a Wild Survivors archetype or like some Legacy support or something, I think instead of like stopping stream, I might just do it on stream. That sounds kind of funny. You know, DM support's coming. Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, reviewing a new archetype or a new support like with chat would be really funny. But anyways, next up, probably one of the worst designed cards in the entire game, Summon Sorceress. I think this one, I feel like this one's pretty obvious, but I'm gonna let you guys do the talking. Heavy Storm to 1 and Time Seal to 0. Not gonna lie, Heavy Storm, I think we have enough back row hate. I feel like back row decks, like, yeah, they do have super strong floodgates, but they're also, like, some of the most fragile decks ever. I feel like, even though it would be funny, and it would give me an excuse to sell a bunch of old Heavy Storms, like, I feel like it's fine at 0 still. Who said yes? Who said Summon Sword could come back? I also just realized the music isn't playing. Sorry about that, y'all. That's a Mabi. Who is saying yes to Summon Sorceress? Isaiah, you're an animal. This card is so stupid. Me for big mommy energy? Bro. Okay. You wanna watch the world burn? Can you play I'm the Biggest Bird? Unfortunately, I don't know how copyright would go through with that. I don't feel like getting demonetized. That's why I'm using stuff that I can use with that I can get away with without copyright issues. Alright. So yeah, no Summon Sword. Also, I forgot, I gotta put Samorg on the notepad. I'm gonna put Samorg parentheses as a treat. Smiley face. Beautiful. Penny's emptiness, so if you use this, you can't special summon this duel and a hard once per duel. God. Alright, so no Summon Sword. I'm not even going to try with this one. I hate Gumblar. Coming from someone that has PTSD from Dark Warrior, which is a deck that could actually still be broken because Isolde is still a card, we're not going to bring back Gumblar. Yeah, okay, thank you. I feel like the same can be said for Union Carrier. I'll do a poll anyway, but I feel like Union Carrier is a pretty obvious one. Nintendo Switch games on stream when? Someday. Someday. Right now, I'm just trying to pump out as much Yu-Gi-Oh content as possible. Monetization is really bad for the Aurora YGO YouTube channel right now, so please click my ad, smile. Could Gumblar come back with an errata? What kind of errata could you give to Gumblar? Unless it was errata to be a normal monster, like... Alright, cool. I figured we'd all agree on no Union Carrier, but... I have voice crack there. Alright. Union would mean no Samorg. I want Samorg, damn it. Real. Also, so... Ancient Fairy Dragon already got an errata, so we know it's going to come back. Probably, like, next list. If we get the errata by then. So I'm just gonna immediately put the Ancient Fairy Dragon down to, like, 3 or whatever. Next up, though, we have Chaos Ruler. So Chaos Ruler is a card that I really don't like, honestly. I feel like Chaos Ruler is bad card design, because not only is it like... So we already agree that Light and Dark are the best attributes in the entire fucking game, and like, that's why Bystials are as strong as they are, because those are the best attributes in the entire fucking game. I feel like, honestly, Chaos Ruler is just such bad design by not only getting any Light or Dark to your hand, but it dumps everything else. Ancient Fairy Dragon will be limited for a while, I guess. Oh yeah, absolutely, probably just be limited. But it might do that thing where it goes limited, semi-limited, unlimited. But I feel like Chaos Ruler is a bit of a card that's kind of like beloved by some people. So I'm gonna do a poll, and we'll see. We can ban Magnemite as a little treat. Real. I like it, but screw that card. All right, yeah. No, no Chaos Ruler then. All right. This one. This one is very precious to me. Mostly as a Dino player, but also mainly due to I really like Sword Soul. What do we think about Denglong? So I know some people are like panicking, it gives any deck an Omni Negate, but realistically, who is going to commit the resources for a Denglong and then play the one of Brick in their deck, like the Brick trap card, except for Sword Soul? I feel like the only deck that would utilize Denglong right now would be Sword Soul. What's Denglong? Okay. So Denglong, it's a level 5 worm synchro monster. It's a light. It's also a tuner. It requires 1 tuner and 1 more non-tuners. On special summon, you can add any Yang Zing card from your deck to your hand, typically 9 pillars or 9 paths. I think it's 9 pillars, which is basically just an Infernity Barrier if you control a Yang Zing and then you pop the Yang Zing. And once per turn, you can send a worm from your deck to the grave. This card's level becomes Descent Monsters. If this face-up card leaves the field, you can special a Yang Zing from your deck, and you can only special summon Denglong once per turn. So basically, this card is like super cracked in a deck like Sword Soul, because you actually get the other effects. And it was actually banned because of True King Dino, but VFD is no longer a thing, so we don't really have to worry about that too much. But a lot of people are scared about it. They were at first because of Hulk, because you could do like Hulk shenanigans with this. And also, it's at 3 in Master Duel. Yeah, like you said, almost no Sword Soul deck even plays it. Yeah, it's a bit too complicated without like certain combos. But admittedly, it is an Omni for Sword Soul. But to be fair, Sword Soul would still just be fine. If True King Dino is dead because VFD is gone. I'd say it's more because Diagram's at 1, because Litho is still a super strong card. Like, the small Diagram engine is still really good in Dinosaur. Especially because Fenrir and the Doodle Beast and the Scraps, all of those are Earths. I feel like Litho is definitely really good. But it's like the rank 9 build and like the Synchro Spam part of it. That part's definitely gone. But can Sword Soul make Denglong still? Yeah, you just go at Haramoyi. Or like any other level 4s. But like mainly it would just allow them to like get access to the Omni and maybe make Chao Feng a bit easier for like Dark or something, which sounds really broken in theory. But you gotta keep in mind that it's still a very fragile combo, because like you imperm the Denglong and they just explode. Broken because other cards are broken, otherwise it's just okay. I mean, no, okay, admittedly, Denglong itself is definitely, it reads like a very bloated and kind of broken card, but it's mainly just because, like, I feel like overall, though, it is fine, because the deck that it's in is, like, Sword Soul's pretty good, but it's not, like, super broken. It's not, like, tier levels of, like, nasty. Also, let me just read out 9 pillars. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, you control a Yang Zing card, negate the activation, and if you do shuffle that card into the deck, then destroy another Yang Zing card you control. So, I feel like, let's go ahead and ask, can Denglong come back to 1? I feel like this is a very interesting one. Honestly, I feel like it's a card that's fine. Alright, making sure real quick that it didn't switch to a different playlist. I don't want to get copyright struck. 3 votes for 1. So keep in mind, like, a lot of the issue people have with this card was because of, like, Hulk and stuff, but Hulk's gone, so. 5 votes, all for 1. 6 votes for 1. 7 votes for 1. Holy shit, are we actually about to have the first resounding answer for a poll? If this is the first, I think one of them got interrupted before it was. I think this is a resounding yes to Danglong. Awesome. Of course, one person had to have a dissenting opinion. Yeah, I'm ending the poll, nerd. But it looks like Danglong to 1. Awesome. So speaking of cards that are actually very similar to Danglong, and for similar reasons, we have Ib the World Chalice Justiciar. One sec. I'll be right back, y'all. How to get the personal binder here. This is, so I have, like, a personal binder with my staples, but then I have, like, a personal binder, usually, like, collector's cards and everything like that. Please. Please, Ib. Please. I literally have her, I had her in my wallet as a joke for a little bit, but I didn't actually want her to get bent or anything. But, like, I have her in this because she's honestly one of my favorite cards in the game. Mainly, like, both due to artwork and also because of, I had a lot of good memories with Ib being used in, like, this weird True King dinosaur build. But, I do understand, unfortunately, that Ib is incredibly broken, especially for a deck like Dragon Link. I feel like would definitely abuse it because, if you guys don't know what Ib does, let me look it up for you. Good night, Nick. Thank you for coming to the stream, man. She's cool. I like the lore. Me too. But, I don't know if everybody knows what Ib does because she didn't last too long, I think. I think she got banned on the same list as, like, Link Frost and stuff. But, she's a level 5 water spellcaster synchro tuner. She requires a tuner and one or more non-tuners. For this card synchro summon, you can treat a World Chalice normal monster you control as a tuner, and you can only use each of her following effects once per turn. And, if this card is synchro summon, you can add a World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. And if this synchro summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special a World Chalice monster from your deck or graveyard, except Ib. So basically, like, the main issue with this card was, like, how abusable it was with things like Hulk and everything. And then, of course, like, it just gives you so much advantage. But, like, literally, so you're getting a thing on summon, and you're also getting a thing if she's sent. So basically, she's, like, a free +2 overall. Actually, it's more like a +1, because you add something and then you replace herself. Yeah, it was level 5. Did I say anything else? Yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying that I said something else. Yeah, Ib is level 5. She's literally, like I said, she's literally dang long. So some of the most notable cards that you can search that are World Legacy cards, ignoring the monsters, because I don't think any of the monsters are, like, too insane. I mean, you could add, like, I don't know. But, by the way, it'd be really good for Orcus, you know. They have 2 fucking tuners and no synchros to go into. But, some notable cards to add. You can add World Legacy Succession. Target a monster in your grave, especially to your zone and like monster points to. You can add World Legacy Monstrosity. It's good for Generator, I guess, but it's not good in anything else anymore because VFD's gone. You can add World Legacy Guard Dragon. It's probably the most notable one. On activation, target a level 4 lower dragon in your grave, add it to your hand or special summon it. And once per turn, you can target a dragon you control, move it to a different main monster zone. Really good with the Guard Dragons, even though Pisty is the only one we have left. And I think those are the main, like, actually really good ones. Yeah, continuous spell that revives. Yeah, World Legacy Guard Dragon. But I'm pretty sure, like, those are, like, the main ones to think about. But it's mainly that ban Cyframe Driver. I mean, you won't have to worry about drawing it if you just don't have it in your deck. But, like, the main problem for Ib is she just gives you so much advantage. Because not only are you adding those cards, which can give you another thing back. Basically, you're just summoning back one of the things you used for its summon. But also, if she's sent to the grave by literally any means from the field to the grave, you can literally just special a World Chalice from your deck or grave. So you can, like, get access to, one second. World Chalice. Typically, that means you're going for World Chalice Guard Dragon, which is a level 1 dragon that also has protection for your things, but is mainly just really good for Dragon Link by being a free dragon from the deck. So I feel like Dragon Link would probably be the main deck to take as much advantage of Ib compared to any other deck. And while I don't think any of the other decks are like too broken with Ib, I feel like giving Dragon Link too many toys could be a problem, especially just because of how good and generic Ib is. So, when new cards come out at 9, you should review it on stream and then upload the clip. Yeah, that's what I said I was going to do. But let's see. So, it's definitely a very interesting one. As much as I love Ib, I don't think she can come back. But, let's go ahead and ask y'all, what do you think about Ib? I'm waiting for the World Legacy story to complete and master duel, Sony... Yeah, no, honestly, like, why did they just not... I've been waiting for so long. When Part 2 came out, I was super excited, but then after that, they just stopped. Oh, and also, if y'all wanted to know, Konami actually realized that Ib was, like, bannable, so they banned Ib, and then they proceeded to make a new card called Lib, the World Keyblade Master, which basically... It's literally just a, like, a nerfed version of Ib. Like, during your main phase, you can only link summon it while you have a World Legacy card in your grave. She requires 2 monsters, but, like, you have to have a World Legacy card. During your main phase, you can set a World Legacy spell or trap from your deck instead of searching it, but also it cannot be activated this turn while you have no World Legacy monster in your grave. And, if it's sent to the grave as link material, you can non-target shuffle a card in the field into the deck, which is really good, honestly. But, like, it's basically just like a, like, I wouldn't say power creep, I think it's the opposite power creep. Like, it's basically just like a worse version. Wow. Y'all actually said Ib to 1. Y'all are either some Dragon Link loving motherfuckers, or y'all are just like, I don't know what you're on, but give me some. But, okay, Ib to 1. Wild. Okay. Next card, we have Tempest Magician. Tempest Magician is a card that was banned after the Endymion's released, because it involves spell counters. If you didn't know, on Synchro Summon, place a spell counter on it. Once per turn, you can send any number of cards from your hand to the grave. Place the same number of spell counters among cards you control that you can place a spell counter on. You can remove all spell counters on the field to inflict 500 to your opponent for each spell counter you removed. Nice pull. I see what you mean there. But basically, this was preemptively banned as a precaution for when Endymion was released with the structure deck, because spell counters were so accessible, and this would easily be used for something like an FTK. Even if it was at 1, it's not a hard once per turn, so you could, like, easily revive it and stuff. So, personally, I feel like it's a card that can just stay gone. Like, I don't feel like anything else would be using it, really. It's not like a card for, like, anything else. So, because it's only used for FTK, I'm gonna say no, but, I guess I can put it in a poll. 1, 0... I feel like we'll all just agree, though, or most of us will agree, that Tempest Magician can just stay gone. No one's gonna really care. Yeah. Yeah, I expected as much. Yeah. Pretty obvious here, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so it looks like Zelda and Chill 3 is done. So... Game Chops has a Pokemon one, too. I might look at that later. I don't know if that one is, copyright free. But, let's see. Alright, y'all. You're about to get hit with, like, some Mad Lakey inspired. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, by the way. Pendulum sure loves their FTK, is real. What's my favorite Pokemon? Ralts, actually. Well, Gardevoir mainly, but I like the Ralts line in general. And it's not for what you think, haha, funny, but, like, I just really like Gardevoir. Let's see. Alright, next up, Lavolval Chain. Is there anyone in chat that could give me, other than, yeah, I like it a lot, it's funny, can anyone in chat give me a good reason why Curious can be banned, but Lavolval Chain can come back? Yeah, Greninja's really cool, too. Greninja was, it wasn't actually the first starter I picked for X and Y. I actually started with, Chespin. I forgot it's like, what, Chestnut? That's the final evolution. I actually went with Chespin at first. I got, like, halfway through the game. I think I got to, like, the grass gym or something. And I just reset, because I thought Froakie was cooler. I want Foolish in the extra deck. Chain and Beatrice should both be at 0. Okay, yeah. I figured as much. Next. So, MX Saber Invoker. So, Invoker is a very interesting one. I don't know if everyone knows what Invoker does. Like, even with, by the way, Terratop at 1. So MX Saber Invoker, it is an Earth Warrior monster, rank 3, Xyz. It requires 2 level 3 monsters, and once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, special summon a level 4 Earth Warrior or Beast Warrior from your deck in defense position, but destroy it during the end phase. So there's a card that got hit. I don't remember. I think it was Dark Warrior, because Dark Warrior, they would use Goki Suprex and like some other Goki stuff, or I think even Marauding Captain was used. But MX Saber Invoker was used to like abuse Goki stuff, and you think Laval could ever be a deck? Maybe. I don't know, actually. I know that's just Broad Bull. So yeah, MX Saber Invoker was literally, it could special anything from the Goki strategy, I'm pretty sure, from the deck, except for like maybe Octo Stretch. Actually, I think they were all different attributes, right? No, they were all Earth Warriors. Yeah, okay. So yeah, definitely Goki why it was BAM. So, it's one of those things where like a lot of people are like, oh, the extra shouldn't interact with the main deck except for like very certain interactions. And I think Warrior is generic enough that even without certain engines that make it like easy to access, like Terror Top, I personally think that Warrior is too strong to have it back. But I'm gonna ask chat. It also obviously if it came back, by the way, it'd have to be at 1 because it's not hard once per turn. But let's do a poll. Can MX Saber Invoker come back? And one person saying 1. Or 2 saying 1, 2 saying 0. A lot of people really want MX Saber Invoker back, really. I'm surprised. We're at 50-50 now. Unbanned for Beast Warrior, real. Man, if only Fractal was an Earth, you could summon Fractal off of it. Use like a small rank 3 engine, get Fractal, summon Fractal, effect a Fractal, send itself from field because it can do that. That'd be really funny, actually. What music is this? This is a mix from Lakey Inspired. That's probably why it sounds familiar if you were wondering. I think it has like literally every known or every Lakey Inspired track on it. The first one was Sweet Dreams, now we're on Oceans, then it goes Chill Day, Last Night, Feeling Good, Rainy Day, The Dreamer, Beach Days, Find a Way, The Process, Reminisce, Too Bad, New Day, Feels Like Home, Memories Like You, My Ride, Fly With Me, Feeling Good Again, Fast Lane, Cruise With Me, Thinking of You, and 4 Hours in Phoenix. Actually, this is a surprising lack of the Lakey Inspired stuff I was thinking of. Doesn't have Blue Boy or anything. Wow. I can't believe that I came back and y'all want MX Saber Invoker at 1. How many YouTubers use Lakey music in videos? Yeah, that includes me. Most of my videos that have background music, unless I'm using Zelda and Chill, I'm using a Lakey Inspired mix that's like 25, 30 minutes long. Because it's really easy. It's just no copyright, and also it's really chill. Welcome back, Jazz. But yeah, it looks like y'all want MX Saber Invoker back. Okay. Y'all are kind of insane. But okay. Okay. Maybe I'm giving y'all a little bit too much power. Pot Agree be at 1? No. No, Pot Agree cannot be at 1. We have too many people asking what it does. Alright. Next up. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to put the poll. I'm just going to put the poll. I can be trusted with a Beast Warrior search, no restrictions. It does have a restriction. Only level 4s. I think it was limited because of Zoo, actually. And then it was banned because of Goki. Yeah, shifting my chair so it looks awkward. Cowards. Cowards, the lot of you. Okay, so it looks like Shock is not being unlocked. Unlock the Glock. Alright. Next up, we have number 42, Galaxy Tomahawk. I'm actually not going to do a poll on this one. I feel like this card is literally so broken, especially in something like Master Duel, that we can all collectively agree that Galaxy Tomahawk should not come back. Also, have you read any Castra cards? I'm not gonna say anything else. Just the word Castra. Ooh, it's 9 o'clock. Let's see. See if the OCG account posted anything. So the OCG account hasn't posted anything. Has the JP account posted anything? Does not look like it. It looks like we'll not be getting extra free content for y'all to join along with chat, unfortunately. Alright. Next up, we have Rongo Bongo Wombo Combo. I hate this card. I really do. Again, as someone with PTSD from Dark Warrior, I've been extra linked, plus Gumball Ripped, plus Rongoed on the same board because of Soul Charge. So, yeah, let's go, Rabby. This one's an obvious no, by the way, but I'm doing a poll because it's funny. Alright. So it looks like it's mostly... It's a vote for combo. Not like that means anything, but... Okay, yeah, it looks like nothing has been posted. Man, I wanted free content. What the hell? Oh, something for Duel Links got dropped, I guess, but, like, no one really cares about Duel Links. Wow, it's actually a 50-50 for Wombo and Combo. That's so funny. Unban if you only play in pure Heroic. Oh yeah, Heroic actually got new cards, didn't they? Alright. Next up, Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. So this one's interesting because I always forget, like, the exact wording. I know what it does do on the surface level. So it requires 3 level 9s. It's a rank 9 dragon. It requires 3 level 9s, but you can also exceed summon it using a Galaxy Eyes Exceed, so basically 2 level 8s. Cannot be used as Exceed material for an Exceed summon. When it's Exceed summoned, you can send 3 dragons with different names from your deck to your graveyard. Your opponent banishes 3 monsters from their deck. You can attach 1 material from this card. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. So hear me out. Yes, it makes Dragon Link absurdly busted. But just play Thunder Dragon and get advantage from banishing. Idiot. Yeah, no, this card's stupid. We're not letting anyone run around with Dark Matter Dragon. You're a Dino fan, you play the Dino Scrap combo? I sometimes... Like, it really depends. The Scrap combo is cool, but it is kind of clunky at times. Not to mention, you can also instead just play like a Dinomorphia package and get a free Walking Floodgate. It's really up to you if you want to play the Scrap stuff, but, like, I think it's okay. So I'm gonna move my microphone a bit upward, so I hope my audio doesn't sound that bad, but it's just kind of in my way of my arm. Next up, we have Utopic Zexal. This card should not be a thing. I don't think we need 1-card access to a complete board lock. Literally can't do anything, and all your opponent has to do is draw Terraforming. So I don't think we need to do anything to do with that. Azathoth also can't come back. We have the, we have 2 different Phantom Knights, things. I mean, actually only one of them can summon this, to be fair. But, our entity Azathoth cannot come back. We have the rank up magic, and also Azathoth just doesn't lead to anything good in any way. And as much as it pains me to say it, I love my son. We also cannot get True King of All Calamity. How did we get 3 different Xyz monsters right next to each other on the list that do effectively the same thing? That's so weird. Huh. That's actually wild. Literally, Zexal, Azathoth, and Calamities were all banned for doing almost the exact same thing. That's wild. Alright, on to an actual discussion one, though. We have Wind-Up Carriers and Mighty. So, MBT has done a lot of these, or at least a few of these, no banlist tournaments, and literally every time he has Zen Mighty, and I think every time there's a specific person known for playing Wind-Up. I don't remember if he tops or not, but I'm pretty sure that it literally doesn't matter. Like, I feel like it's way too inconsistent and fragile, and I don't think it hand loops, like, the entire hand or anything. I'm pretty sure it only rips, like, a couple of cards. So I'm pretty sure that Zen Mighty is a perfectly fine card. So I'm going to put a little pull. It's almost like that type of card design is bad. Link Creature, I actually responded to you earlier about the Dino Scrap combo, by the way. So I don't know if you accidentally resent that or... Oh yeah, actually, this looks terrible. Not only is it the hunter that rips the card from the hand anyway, but it sends a random card and it's to the graveyard. It's not like Gust Cracker or anything where it shuffles into the deck. Dude, if you send something from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, more often than not nowadays, you're going to end up plussing them. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we all agree that it's basically fine. Loops all 5 with Pot of Avarice or another reset? Eh. Yeah, real. Dark World honestly just hand loops much more consistently. Alright. So, Zen Mighty to 1. Like, I feel like 1 is fine. Because it's actually really good for the few wind-up players there are, because it summons anything from deck. So, Broad Bull. Going from a Tri-Brigade player, we can never have Broad Bull back. This card is stupid. Actually absurd. We don't need one card searching Fractal. Sorry, other Tri-Brigade players, or Zoodiac players, you, like, hideous bastards. We can't have it. However, Dryden... Alright. I don't think Barrage should be a thing. I think Barrage being banned is perfectly fine. I feel like Barrage is, like, stupid. But Dryden didn't need to get hit. Like, literally, Dryden is perfectly fine. Like, honestly, Zoodiac, they literally, like, with Dryden, the best they can do is draw a very specific hand to combo into a regular Tri-Brigade combo plus a Dryden instead of, like, an Ensemble or something. What does Broad Bull do? Broad Bull to detach to add, I think it's any level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, or any level 4 Beast Warrior, something like that. Let me go... it's Broad Bull. Once per turn, you can attach a material from this card, add a Beast Warrior monster that can be normal summoned or set from your deck to your hand. Any Beast Warrior. And it requires 2 level 4s, but you can also use 1 Zoodiac monster to make it. Trident can be at 50. Right. We really gotta unban Trident for the second time. Yeah, it was never the problem in the first place. I agree with Avarice. Broad Bull should get neurotic because that effect is ridiculous. Nah, Broad Bull should just not come back, period. Like, unless you're adding, like, specifically, like, a level 4 Beast Warrior and you can't use the effect or something, like, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people want Mommy back. I mean, sorry, Dryden back. I don't think more than 1, even though the extra deck's already too tight to play more than 1 anyway, but, like, just in case, I'll put 1. Do you think Q? I do think Q. A misclick? This is not Twitch. I can't keep people, like, clipping that. And how come Barrage can't be a thing when so many cards special from the deck and Dryden is BAM? Well, the difference between, like, a lot of other cards specialing from deck is that a lot of them have restrictions, whereas Barrage is literally almost completely, like, better. So, well, that and also Zoo is, like, broken as a mechanic, but, Barrage literally, it says target a face-up card you control, destroy it if you special a Zoodiac monster from your deck. At worst, it's just an E-Telly that doesn't have any restriction on the thing you summon, because E-Telly at least, like, banishes during the end phase and stuff like that, which, just like Quick Launch and stuff, it's not really that much of a restriction because you're just going to use it anyway. Like, but the problem with Barrage, at worst, it pops itself, summon the Zoo. At best, you can pop something, like, Especially if we are bringing back MX Saber Invoker, because y'all are, like, literally, like, actual apes. Zoodiac players. But, like, literally, Barrage, target Baboon, pop Baboon, summon any zoo, summon 2 more Baboons, make Invoker to attach, summon another Zoodiac monster, and then just, like, completely go off. Do you think we could get full power Zoo back and it not be tier 0? No, it would absolutely be broken. As we've seen time and time again, when the OCG does no banlist tournaments, Zoo is literally always either second best deck or best deck. Usually only second best because a lot of people are, like, addicted to the thing that's, like, the best deck at the time, like Sky Striker or whatever, but mainly tier this time. I feel like we could absolutely get Dryden back. I think Dryden is absolutely a non-issue card. But when it comes to Barrage, I just explained why I don't really like Barrage. And Broad Bowl is just absolutely a no. Mirage Stallion makes you only use fire monsters too, yeah. But yeah, like, Barrage I just feel like is just absurd. Like, compared to other like, E-Tilly-like cards. Do I prefer aggro, combo, or mid-range, or control? So... Tier and Cash has seen success. Oh, I didn't even see anything about Cash, but I guess, so if you asked me, like, a couple years ago, I'd probably say aggro, because I was a big Fluffle, Dinosaur, etc. fan. I do like combos, but a lot of combos usually don't have follow-up and they die to, like, Dark Ruler and stuff. I guess you could probably say I'm, like, pretty good into mid-range and stuff. I like comboing off and making an end board, but I don't like immediately losing to one card most of the time, and I like having the follow-up. Yeah, like I said, most of the time it's going to be immediately using the thing that you summon off the E-Telly or the Quick Launch anyway, so it's like, it doesn't have a restriction, but when it comes to Barrage, it literally has no restriction, and can potentially plus you, as opposed to just being like a one card for one card like the other cards are. Chakanine has a restriction, but the rest of the monsters don't. That's because Chakanine came out in the second wave of support. Or maybe it was the third wave, I don't know. It was from the latest wave of support for the deck. But yeah, so let me put on the list Dryden 2-1. What about 2 Barrage? No, I just said no Barrage. We can't have any Barrage. Fuck Barrage. Victory Dragon for match. Bruh. Alright. So next up. If y'all watched my Sleeper Sunday that I uploaded yesterday about Gemini FTK, which you totally should, by the way. The Sleeper Sunday is a series, if you didn't know, I came up with showcasing fun hidden decks you may not know about. I can do quite a bit of damage in proper hands. For Barrage. But I did make one on Gemini FTK. The polls in my community tab voted for Gemini FTK. And I mentioned that, honestly, even right now, well, especially because Snow is banned, Brilliant Fusion could honestly come back to 1, and I feel like nothing except for Gemini could play it. And even if Lady Lapis Lazuli has to take the axe, of course, but I feel like Brilliant Fusion, like, otherwise right now, could come to 1, and no one would play it at the risk of bricking on, like, the Garnet. 1 or 0 is okay, no more than that. Brilliant Fusion's fine. Because, like, there was people saying, oh, yeah, Tyr could use it, and they could dump and make the Aquamarine, and then they could, like, trigger the effect. Tyr barely even plays Foolish Burial half the time, so, like, what makes you think they'd play a 1-of that also makes you play a Brick? Like, because, like, a lot of people ended up dropping the Crystal Beast package because of stuff like that. Ben Sapphire said, you mean Seraphinite? See, I was actually on the same train. Seraphinite, honestly, should have went instead of Brilliant Fusion, and Brilliant Fusion would have been fine. But I feel like even now, nothing's really going to use Seraphinite because Snow isn't a thing. Only thing Brilliant Fusion benefits are replay channels. Real. I want more content, Konami. Go to FTK, though. FTK is already a thing. Like, it's not really gonna... Like, it helps the FTK, but not by, like, some significant margin. Alright. Interesting. Alright. So I don't think any more than 1, because other decks can, in fact, use it. But, I think 1 is perfectly fine. But let's go ahead and do a poll. We got Barrage at 3. I don't think the meta would break. It wouldn't break, but I don't want Zoo players to have anything nice. I never want to see a Zoo player smile ever again. So, I just feel like it's not a good card overall, especially because that could end up making some weird Zoo combination involving, like, cards that float when they're popped. Imagine, like, Mana Dome Zoo. That sounds so weird. Yeah, Dryden absolutely can come back. We already agree on Dryden. Like, Dryden's perfectly fine. 75% saying 1. I love Foolish Burial. Predator Planet Scorpio to 1 as exchange. Okay. So that's another thing that I've heard, is that even at 1, people would just play the Scorpio package, but hear me out. Basically, you draw the Brilliant Fusion, it's a brick. You draw the Garnet, it's a brick. You draw the Darlingtonia Cobra, it's a brick. So basically, you're playing 3 Orpheus Scorpio and a brick to search a card that makes you play another brick that's also a brick in itself in case you draw the Orpheus Scorpio. Like, basically, the Orpheus Scorpio, and you get to waste your normal summon on it. Like, literally, the only deck that would ever play Orpheus Scorpio, I think, anymore, unless we got some stupid broken card, would be Predator Planet itself. Because, like, Instant Fusion's at 1 right now, and it's literally like a 1-card, basically FTK if you're playing tier. And they're not even playing Orpheus Scorpio now, so, like, what would make you think they'd play it just so they can play another Garnet in their deck? Alright. Looks like we mostly agree that Brilliant Fusion can come to 1. Alright, so... I almost put 12. Brilliant Fusion to 12. Oh, not like an actual FTK. I'm saying that, like, it's just so good for tier. Alright. Next up, we have Butterfly Dagger Elma. I'm gonna say no to Butterfly Dagger Elma. It creates, like, really weird loops with stuff like Royal Magical Library. I feel like no one really cares about Butterfly Dagger Elma. No one's playing pure Guardians. Well, yeah. So yeah, Butterfly Dagger Elma. Yeah, no. It can just stay gone. No one really cares about it. Card of Safe Return. Elma and Renaud can't exist together. It'd be fun, but doesn't do anything besides cause messes. Easy, no. And Gearfried, yeah. It's literally only good for loops. But, card of... why am I looking it up on Google? So, Card of Safe Return. This is something that I mentioned on Twitter at one point. It says, when a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, you can draw 1 card. So, it's definitely... It's an interesting thing, because it does require you to hard draw it, as well as set up, like, multiple uses in order to get advantage out of it. However, I feel like things that just generically help you draw in general, especially for decks that could, like, say 1-card combo, like, for example, imagine this in, like, just as an example, like, Live Twin or something. Like, you activate this, normal summon your thing, special from deck, go into one of your links, effect of that link, summon from grave, there's a draw, and then you go into the other link, special from grave, there's another draw, and you basically already just +1 there because it's a 1-card combo deck, and then you can go into the Trouble Sunny, and then Trouble Sunny contribute itself to summon 2 more from grave, so that's another draw. Yes, but only I can play it. Interesting. I'm seeing a good few people actually say that it can come back. Alright. So, again, it would definitely be sacky, but I feel like just the amount of advantage it can give is a bit much. But, I guess I'm going to ask. So, Card of Safe Return to 1 or 0? Zero, 0, 1. 0, 0. 0. Waffle House has found its new host. Interesting. Alright. I think most of us agree, no Card of Safe Return. Okay. Next up, we have Chicken Game. I've seen people say they want Chicken Game back, and it's not like that broken. I like to disagree. Chicken Game is pretty stupid. For those who don't know, it's a field spell. Play with the lowest life points, take no damage. Once per turn during the main phase, the turn player can pay 1,000 to activate one of these effects. Draw a card, destroy this card, or your opponent gains 1,000 life points, and neither player can respond to this. I don't feel like letting people just have a generic upstart that they can't respond to. Paying 1,000 life points doesn't really matter. In fact, if you're playing something like Psychic End Punisher, it's a benefit. Like, I'm pretty sure Chicken Game is just kind of too goofy. Because of Exodia. Feels unskillful and generic. Something good comes from this card. Okay. So if it did come back, it'd have to be at 1. So I'm going to do a pull. I'm also going to spit out my gum. Be right back. Alright, it looks like most people are saying no to chicken game. Sorry if you heard that. That was very loud. I got a little tube of Hershey's things that I still had since Christmas. Alright. It looks like no chicken game. Next up, we have Cold Wave. No. Simple as that. No Cold Wave. Next up, we have Confiscation. So Confiscation, basically, it's all used to hand rip. Yeah, no. Pay 1,000, look at your opponent's hand, select the card in your discard. No. No Confiscation. No Delinquent Duo. Dimension Fusion is just return, but like a spell, right? Pay 2,000, both players special, and as many of them remove from play monsters as possible. No! I don't think we need this either. Let's see. Giant Trunade. Okay. This one's interesting for me. Because I don't think Heavy Storm should come back, personally. I feel like, it's kind of too busted to have that and Harpies and Lightning Storm running around. However, I think Giant Trunade, honestly, is fine. Because it doesn't, like, super punish the back row player. It just gets rid of things on the board temporarily if they can't OTK. And a lot of people are like, oh, you can loop stuff and everything, but we don't have Premature Burial or anything like that. So, I feel like Giant Trunade's fine. Like, what are you going to do? Giant Trunade, add Toy Vendor back to hand so you can Toy Vendor again or something? Like, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and do a pull. Like most powered cards, probably start at 1. Hunting back, sort of revealing light is broken. It could be really fun for Swords of Concealing Light for Castro format. I like this song. This is one of my favorite Lakey songs. 50-50 right now. Trunade, return back all your floodgates, so it's a no for me. Yeah, okay, but like, that just means you have to reset them. Like, it's not like it's a quick play. You're not dodging anything while returning your floodgates. You're just turning them off for a turn. Okay, we have 9 concurrent viewers and 9 votes, so it looks like no to Giant Trunade. Interesting. Okay. So, next up we have Graceful Charity. Very easy, hard no. I don't think that's anything we need to talk about. Heavy Storm. We already... I kind of said no, but like... Turn off floodgates for... Oh, okay. That's what y'all mean. Using floodgates, bouncing them so they don't affect you, and then resetting them. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. That makes a bit more sense, I guess. But, like, at that point, if you're playing those floodgates, you're probably already playing a deck that can, that plays around it that doesn't care. So, like, why are you relying on drawing a one-of normal spell to return your floodgates when you could just not play those floodgates, really? I said no to Heavy Storm. Let's see what y'all say, though. I think we already have enough back row hate. I feel like, back row players... is like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, poor back row players, because some of you bastards like to play floodgates and everything, like, skill drain and shit, but... And tick boo. But, I feel like it's just a bit overwhelming for back row players even now. So, like, to add Heavy Storm into that mix would just be kind of agony. Yeah, like, it's not like it's a terrible card to have. We just don't need it. It's like personally, I have an image that I made. I'm not gonna show it on stream because I don't want to end up messing something up on the stream. But I have an image where it's that I posted on Twitter. It's Patrick when he says, "You took my only source of food, and I'm gonna starve." You got people that unironically think Super Poly is so necessary for going second, as if we don't have going second cards. So it's "You took my only way of going second, and now I'm gonna starve." And it's like all 20 of our going second options now. It's like people are under the impression that we still only have like kaijus. Alright, yeah. No Heavy Storm. No Heavy Storm. Alright. Next up is Kaiser Coliseum. I mean, after playing against it in Master Duel, like, it's not like it's the worst thing ever, but it's one of those things where it's not really used for good. Like, this was literally the Mystic Mine before the Mystic Mine. Like, I feel like there's literally no reason to bring this card back. Like, the only decks that would help are the ones that don't deserve help anyway. Yeah, like, it was literally just old Mystic Mine. He's a fucking baller, by the way. They're softer M&Ms. Alright. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna do a poll, but I'm pretty sure the answer is gonna be no. Yeah, I played against, like, Sky Striker, True Draco, Kaiser Coliseum on Master Duel in, like, the first month or two. It was weird. Interesting. It's almost 50-50. It is 50-50 now. Y'all actually want Kaiser Coliseum back? What are you, Boojin players from 2013? Like... I'll wait until tiebreaker. Will you play the Mystic Mine song when we get to it? Yes, Brave. I will play the Mystic Mine song when we get to it. It's like my favorite King Scarlet song. I play it at locals sometimes. It's so fun. We're still at 50-50, by the way. We need one more tiebreaker vote. Okay, 30 more seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to default to 0. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Kaiser to 0. Alright. Next up, we have Last Will. Last Will's a card that I'm pretty sure we can all agree can never come back. Mass Driver. So we didn't agree on Ronin Totem. But I feel like even if it is Saki, Mass Driver also should not be a card. Like, Cannon Soldier already should probably be banned as someone that plays Cannon Soldier FTK decks. So I'm going to skip over Mass Driver as well. Next up, we have Metamorphosis, though. So, Metamorphosis is a weird one. Because I've seen some people like Hardleg say, oh, Metamorphosis can come back, Metamorphosis can come back. But, like, why would we bring back a card that makes summoning stupid fusion floodgates, like Last Warrior, even easier? Like, I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer to say no Metamorphosis, but I'll let someone argue. I'll let people argue with me. Personally, I just feel like it's a card that doesn't need to exist. Like, all it's going to spawn is degenerate shit. Like, instant fusion's already broken, and now people want to summon anything from the extra. Meta mask into Last Warrior. Only 5 votes, not gonna lie. I'm kind of surprised. Even DPE, I mean, this doesn't treat it as a proper fusion summon, so summoning DPE would kind of suck. Like, whatever you summon can't summon itself back. Like, you just have to DPE pop other things. Alright. I'm gonna take that as a no for Metamorphosis, so we can go ahead and move on, because we're almost at 3 hours in the stream. Next is Mirage of Nightmare. I always forget what this does. I'm pretty sure it's a burn card. Oh no. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, draw cards until you have 4 in your hand. If you do, during your next standby, randomly discard the same number of cards. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and this is definitely a resounding no. This card looks stupid. GX Solus was broken. Okay. Alright. Here we are. Actually, let's see if it's already in my recommended. Okay, no, it's not. This song is literally always in my recommended. I gotta play it.
Let's hit it. Here we go again, caught in another music mind. Feels like I'm falling behind, and I think my opponent might be stalling for time. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. They're breathing right down my neck, and I'm not sure if I'm playing an out in my deck. But if I keep drawing, I'll see one, I bet. Yeah, I'll see one, I bet. Yeah, I'll see one, I bet.
Okay, guys, with all due respect, how are you not prepared for this yet? What are you still whining about? Just draw one of your non-searchable outs. Main, drop the feather duster, make it rain. Oh man, I love this song. I hope you guys are hearing this, by the way. Alright. I dropped the viewer. I think people are annoyed. Can you turn the stream? Oh, you mean switch it over to the song? Custer's a searchable out minus fine. What will the left arm offering?
I'm also crying, because I have the right. The mystic mining. I'm whining still.
I really like this song. I literally listen to it all the time. It's like always in my recommended. The beat's so good. Oh, turn up my voice? I can turn it up a little bit. There you go. Alright. Okay. Next is Painful Choice. God, how did I forget what Painful Choice does? Okay, no, this is the thing that searches, like, your entire fucking deck. Hell no. No, no. Literally no. Never. Most broken card in the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though Pokemon has, like, 18 of this card. Pot of Greed. No, it's Pot of Greed. Oh, what does it do? Premature Burial. So... Premature Burial. Equip spell. Activate this card by paying 800. Target a monster in your grave. Special into an attack position. Equip with this card. When this card is destroyed, destroy the equipped monster. So, Premature Burial was banned because it was loopable. Because you could, like, bounce it and reuse it. But I feel like it'd be a bit too niche, maybe. Like, I know it's got, like, retrains and stuff. Like, Overdone Burial and stuff like that. But, like... I feel like, especially without Giant Trunade, like... How are we going to, realistically, very easily and consistently bounce Premature and then somehow break it because of it? I don't know. I don't know. Because it does equip it, so, like, if the monster leaves, it by default destroys this as well. So you'd have to be bouncing it. One of the best equipped spells ever. You can search it too nowadays. You can't even really search it very reliably. Like, most of the time, like, the only interactions with equip spells, you search it, but you can't use it that turn. Or you search it during, like, the end phase. And then also, like, you can, like, dump it off of Isolde. And I know someone might mention Makonka, but Makonka can't even search this. They can't even use the Uhime to use it, because it can only target things on field. I don't know. I'll do a poll. Premature Burial. 1, 0. Hidden Armory and Armory Call. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Add an equip from your deck or grave to hand. You cannot normal summon or set the turn you activate this card. That's terrible. This is a trap card. And it has to equip to a monster you already control. These are like the only two ways to actually reliably search it. This locks you out of your normal summon, and this is a trap card. I don't know. I just feel like it's not that broken anymore. Like, this card's been banned, I think, since, like, the early 2000s. So, like, I think at 1, it literally wouldn't do anything. And this thing broke, like, super easy. I literally bent it, and suddenly, like, a giant rift appeared in it. I'm gonna end up slicing my hand on this and bleed out and die, aren't I? I'm going to put this away. Alright, so it looks like a decent majority saying 1. It's hard to tell. There's only 6 votes. Oh, we got another person saying 0. I'll wait until vote number 8 if it's not a tie. Damn, we got a lot to go through. Ugh, God, I'm kind of regretting saying I'm going to do the banned and the limited and the semi-limited. I didn't realize how many limited cards there were. Jesus Christ. Alright, looks like people are saying no to Premature Burial, so I guess that's going to be a no. Alright, Smoke Grenade, kind of an obvious no, banned because hand loops are stupid. Snatch Steal, we've already made the mistake of bringing back Snatch Steal once, and we also have Change of Heart now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Soul Charge, hell no. Grass, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I feel like we don't need anything that could potentially mill an entire deck, even if it is a one of. But I guess some people might want to say, I don't know. So I'll put a poll. I feel like it just, it messes up future card design, in my opinion, in terms of both mill decks and cards that can be sent to grave. Just do the others later. I don't want to do a separate stream. Be weird. Okay, yeah. 7 votes for grass to 0. Okay. Yeah, no grass then. Grass changes deck building forever just because it's a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Forceful Sentry. Nope, that's a hand rip. I already said Barrage stay at 0, and I gave my reasonings for it, but I don't know. I'll ask y'all, and I'm just gonna do 1. 1 or 0 for Barrage. Keep in mind, we also said Trident to 1, so that will also apply. And MX Saber Invoker to 1, because y'all are, like, actual animals. So, like, you have to keep in mind that we also have MX Saber Invoker. Alright, we got 5 votes, mostly no. Check Twitter real quick. What the hell? I got tagged by someone on Twitter. I dare you guys to make a deck centered around the Itsu's Dark Doriado and the matching attributes that is decent for what it is. It's literally, they tagged a bunch of people, like a bunch of big YouTubers, and then I'm just chilling in there. Literally, Distant Coded, Diamond Dude, well, he's not really much of a YouTuber anymore. Maxime Solemn, Team Samurai, Team APS, Lofton, Hardleg, Dual Logs, Dazif, Farfa, MBT, and then there's just Aurora YGO. That's funny. Alright. Anyways, though, it looks like Barrage is staying at 0. I like this. This reminds me a lot of Banlist Roulette, and that's like one of my favorite series from SEMO. I wish he did old content again. But that's it for these spells. Onto the traps. Imperial Order. No. Last turn is the Spirit one, right? Yeah, no, last turn is a ruling fucking nightmare. We can never have last turn back. Red Reboot, though. So, okay. Reboot is a card that, even when it was at 1, I felt like Reboot never should have existed as a card. Because we already have a bunch of basically win buttons against trap decks and against any other backer heavy decks, where like literally just a Feather Duster, if they don't have the out for it, it can literally just completely kill them. And so now, to have basically, like, this is Feather Duster on drugs, right? And I don't want to say that because maybe my monetization might be stripped, I don't know. But like, Reboot is just so stupid, because like, even like a very fair trap deck, something like Altergeist, right? They activate something, they're trying to get their plays going. Not only is this, you can use this from your hand, it is a counter trap, meaning that they have to have the Solemn Judgment specifically, and they can't respond with anything else, but it completely just shuts them down. Ooh, it gives them an extra trap from their deck that they can use later. They can't use any other traps for the rest of the turn, though, not to mention that most decks at the time of Reboot being legal could easily OTK off of 1 or 2 cards. Alright, I was actually going to do a poll. Yeah, it stops all traps. So, basically, I'll read Reboot. When your opponent activates a trap card, negate the activation. If you do, set that card back face down. Then they can set one other trap directly from the deck, which sounds pretty fine. But for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent cannot activate trap cards at all, and you can activate it from your hand by paying half your life points. Yeah, literally. Honestly, I was going to do a poll, but I feel like it's just a resounding no to Reboot. Okay, I'm glad y'all agree, actually. I thought I was going to have someone try to fight me on Reboot. Like, I feel like Reboot's just so stupid. Next card, though, we have Return from the Different Dimension. So, basically, we already said Dimension Fusion, no. But, Return from the Different Dimension is a bit slower, but it only affects you, and I don't think you have to pay any life points. No, oh no, pay half your life points. Special summon as many of your banished monsters as possible, but during the end phase, banish all of the ones that were special from this effect. They're not going to stay until the end of the turn, so I don't think... Yeah, no Return from the Different Dimension. I don't think we really need to discuss that very much. Royal Oppression, though. What is... Oh, that's the one where it's like you can negate each other's summons or something like that. Yeah, either player can pay 800 to negate the special of a monster or an effect that specials and destroy. I don't think we need Royal Oppression. Okay. No Royal Oppression. Self-destruct button, it falls under, like, the same guise as things like Fibre Jar, Victory Dragon, stuff like that, where, like, there's not really, like, the most broken thing ever, even though it literally does kill both players, but, like, it's mainly one of those things that just, it's both a ruling annoyance and also just really cringe in general. It's, like, it just promotes very unfun and kind of toxic gameplay, not gonna lie. And then, let's see, Sixth Sense. I forgot about Sixth Sense. It's searches or something, right? Declare 2 numbers from 1 to 6. Your opponent rolls a 6-sided die, and if the result is one of the numbers you declared, you draw that many cards. Otherwise, send a number of cards from the top of your deck to the grave equal to the result. So either you're grassing, or you're gonna end up fucking drawing a bunch of free cards. There is literally no downside to this. Huh. Wild. Unskillful and luck-based like Fissure from Pokemon. Yeah, okay. Especially in tier format. Oh god. Yeah, so no Sixth Sense. Trap Dust Shoot. So Trap Dust Shoot is a pretty interesting one because we all don't like hand rips. I agree. But it did come to my attention that someone on Twitter actually brought up to me that Dust Shoot is honestly just kind of worse a pointer. Like, admittedly, Dust Shoot is, like, still really fucking broken. But, like, it is funny to think that we actually have a card limited that's kind of just better overall. But, yeah, a pointer's at 1, but Dust Shoot's at 0. And, a pointer's at 1. And it was at 3. And I'm pretty sure it's only at 1 now because of, like, Trap Trick and stuff, but... But, like, it's weird to think that Dust Shoot is, like, a card that's been banned for ages that's overall kind of just worse than a card that we have currently out. But anyways, that's a no, by the way. Like, this card can't come back. Next, we have Ultimate Offering. And I'm pretty sure... Opponent, you reveal your own hand too? Okay. Most of the time, your opponent's already going to know what's in your hand, and also them knowing what's in your hand isn't going to matter if you just rip apart their board breaker and then just murder them next turn. But Ultimate Offering... I've seen a lot of people say, oh, Ultimate Offering's, like, terrible, whatever. But, like, and, like, they've also said decks like Flu or whatever, they already have their own ways to normal summon extra times on the opponent's turn. But, like, I don't think people understand that those times can be interrupted, whereas Ultimate Offering gives them yet another, and it's not a once per turn. So, life points, as we all know, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't matter unless you're in time or until you're at the last little bit of life points. So, like, Ultimate Offering is a card that's, like... I don't know. I feel like this card just can't come back, especially because of future-proofing and things like that. Because this can just end up being very, very silly. Not just for, one sec. So, Ultimate Offering. Oh, it has 2 artworks? That artwork is really cool. But yeah, so literally, you can just, like, scare your opponent with, like, a Majesty's monster or a Vanity's monster. Make it a once per turn? I mean... I guess you could make it a once per turn, but, like, at that point, you just kind of ruin the entire purpose of the card, and therefore no one would end up playing it, really, because they, like, those decks that would play this, again, do have their own forms of it. So, like, it would kind of just be a thing where it's like, honestly, it's better to just keep it on the ban list overall. I don't know. I'll do a poll real quick. Ultimate Offering. 1 or 0. Also, I hope the latency isn't very much. It feels like slowly there's a bit more latency over time. Person saying 1, 2 people saying 0. Oh, okay. It looks like there's latency because I don't have it set up to live on my my view. That's why. Alright, got 4 people saying no, it looks like. 1 person saying yes. Alright, so it looks like no Ultimate Offering overall. Oh, yep, 1 more person said 1, but still overall it's definitely more at 0 than anything. So, it looks like no Ultimate Offering for us. And then finally, the last banned card. Vanity's Emptiness. I'm gonna do a poll because it is the last one. I don't know if I want to continue after this. But we can all agree no emptiness, right? Like, we can all agree this is one of the dumbest cards ever. Like, we can all agree that. Okay, cool. Proud of you. No emptiness, please. Yeah, okay. This one was very easy. Very obvious, yeah. Okay. I don't think I need to keep the poll going for any longer. But that is every single banned card. And that took 3 hours. Ooh, I'm exhausted. Okay. So, admittedly, I did come on here wanting to do this entire list. But, like, there's literally, it looks like more limited cards than banned cards, and we've already been here for 3 hours. So, personally, I don't really feel like going on. I do wish that I could keep going so that I could, like, make up, like, actual true to the quote-unquote promise of the title. But, I mean, it does still kind of work with just doing the banned cards. Not to mention that the limited cards are like, these would all just cause so many weird conversations that I don't really feel like getting into. I did want to get to things like Astrograph and like Misk and everything for the funny haha called by, things like that, but y'all, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm so tired. My head is pounding. So I think we'll have to call it a night. Thank you everyone that came to the stream, the very first YouTube stream that I've done since starting this channel for a while at least. I had like a True Draco one, but like, whatever. That one doesn't really count. But like, I hope you all liked the layout and the format of it. I'm definitely going to have to like adjust it a little bit. Maybe I'll try to set up like super chats or something like that. Maybe I'll try to set up like other fun things. I don't know exactly what else you can do that would make it really fun. Maybe I can try setting up some emotes. I don't know. But I don't know. Thank you all so much for coming to the stream, though. This was a lot of fun, actually, having a very active chat compared to Twitch, where there was, like, no one, because only people on Twitter actually saw. Give me a kiss. No, thank you. But, yeah, that was awesome. I hope you all have an amazing night or morning, depending on where you are at. I know I'll get a lot of people from different time zones and different countries watching me. That's awesome. But, y'all, that's it for the Forbidden cards of the Forbidden Unlimited list. So I was going to say, let me know your comments in the comments below to the people that did not get to show up to the stream, because that was, like, fuck, I can't just not say anything and then, like, cut it, but, I keep stuttering, I feel like such an idiot, but, let me know your thoughts in the comments on if you didn't get to make it to the actual chat, sorry, and, yeah, that's going to do it for the stream. If you liked it, please sure to leave a like, as also with this video and the channel and YouTube recommended. And if you like this content and you see more like it, I'm going to try to do some more live streams, because these are really fun, honestly. Then perhaps consider subscribing, because it supports the channel more than anything else, and it's absolutely free. But once again, thank you all so much for coming out to the stream, and I'll see you in the next one. It is Aurora, signing off.